then open up like butt cheeks.
That's right. Hold on to your butts.
Flat out. Hello, you beautiful nerds. Welcome to the Drunk Banthas podcast, where we talk about sci-fi, fantasy, horror, and all the popular art that we love. Also, we do it drunk. I'm joined mostly drunk. I'm joined as always by my co-host and brother Bill. How you doing?
What's happening, y'all? It's your favorite cousin's favorite cousin, and I'm just over here pouring up something in my Drunk Banthas podcast mug right here. You know what I'm saying? Right. Nothing but the shameless plugs when it comes to the Drunk Banthas mug. You know what I'm talking about?
I got this Drunk Banthas.
Where can I buy one of those?
Oh, I'm glad that you asked, dear sir. Stealing a quote from Nine. I have a shop that you can find in the video description, where you can see all the hats, hoodies, and shirts, and
all the shitty hats, all the shitty hoodies,
all the shitty hoodies,
merchandise,
all the hoodies that you should have got, all the shitty hoodies that you should have bought.
It's
but you can find all that
very flammable material.
Yeah, you don't wear it outside; you will catch on fire.
Is it in the description now?
Yeah, it should be in the video.
It should be. It should technically be at the bottom of this video, where people can click on there and still have a tab open, and then still be watching the video.
Yeah.
Look to yourself, then you'll see that information.
That's right.
We have a great show for you guys tonight. But before we talk about what we're talking about, let's introduce our panel. We got Palmer James up in the house. How you doing, my brother?
I'm good. It's good to see you guys all again. It's been a while.
Yeah,
it's been a hot minute.
We've not seen each other. Well, we haven't seen each other since New Year's Eve. For Jeff, it's been a month. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
he was not here for. So happy New Year to Jeff. We were really wasted. We didn't even know that you weren't here at the party because we were really drunk.
That sounds like how you're supposed to do New Year's.
We had 2 New Years.
That's right, guys. Check out the New Year's stream on the Nerds at Night
if you have nothing
channel.
To do.
New Year's work party.
But we're definitely glad to have you back on board to talk some super nerdy shit, Jeff.
Welcome, Jeffrey.
And we also have I am excited. And we also have the creator of the Nine Nerd Yards channel. It is Nine himself. What is up, my guy?
What's going on, fellas? I would say Happy New Year's, but yeah, we spent it together, so yeah, basically. Michigan is whooping Washington's ass right now. The game is probably over right now.
I'm pretty sure it's over. My cousin's at the game.
It's all said and done. I was actually supposed to go.
Our cousin.
I was going to be in Texas, but couldn't swing it. My friends were riding there from Michigan. It's like a 17-hour drive. And couldn't swing it.
Yeah, no. Who wants to swing driving for 17 hours? Actually, that's more than 17 hours because you got to come back.
It's gonna.
I was like, I got shit.
One way's longer.
Yeah.
One way's longer.
I got
than 17
shit to do and not enough money.
Yeah, you might as well just drive there and stay in Detroit. Just stay in Michigan. It's like, this is where I live now. If you're gonna drive.
Stay in Texas.
You would have to stay in Texas.
Texas. Oh, that's right. They're in Texas.
As well. Yeah, just bring my bag.
Basically what I did.
It's like,
So I came here
for
Jeff,
I'm hanging out at your place for a while.
All right. I got movies.
I'll be hanging out at your place for about 6 to 9 months. That's
work up the urge to get back home.
Yeah, I'm in between houses, and I mean 17 hours between houses.
Fuck that! Just go stay at Terry's. He's never there.
Yeah, that's true.
That's actually
a good point.
Terry would be the best roommate. Actually,
flashbacks right now.
If you're in the vicinity of some big states and you need a place to stay, you might want to hit up there. He's a really good roommate. He's never there. You know what I'm saying? He's good with his money. You know what I'm saying? Take care. He might. If you're a woman, he might take care of you. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You know what I mean?
But it is a very multiplicity situation because one of his clones might still be staying there. So
that's a fact.
But
shout out to Michael Keaton.
Tyrone hangs out.
Orphan Black.
Tonight we are talking Monarch. We're talking For All Mankind. We're talking Rebel Moon. And as always, we're talking shit. But today we are starting our conversation a little late because this show did come out a couple months ago.
But
we're
gearing up for the Drunkies Awards coming soon to you in about 2 months.
And to be fair, it feels like a lot of people have just started watching this show because it ended up on. I look back and then I think it was on like 3 people. I watched best top 10 shows of 2023.
Yeah, it's definitely been a sleeper hit. I'm just hearing critics every once in a while and being like, "Hey, there's this show I just started watching on Netflix. It's pretty incredible."
Yeah, I feel like critics like us have been watching it and then didn't talk about it because they wanted to talk about the buzzworthy stuff.
Yeah, the more popular shows.
So it's cooler to talk about how bad the box office was for Marvels than it is to talk about how good a television show was that just came out that nobody's watching.
Well, let's also be honest. It's not your best bet releasing a show in either the last week of November or the first week of December. Everyone is already running around nonstop. We don't have time to.
Unless it's The Mandalorian.
Yeah, the people will just make time to watch Star Wars shit and then immediately hate it. But yeah, we're talking about the Blue Eyed Samurai.
I will make time to hate.
Hashtag kill Sabine.
Hashtag kill Sabine.
Hashtag kill Sabine. I still haven't got anybody to hit me up with a hashtag kill Sabine on Twitter. So if you really want to, if you want a free T-shirt, all you have to do is hit us up on Twitter. You can add us and hashtag kill Sabine. That's all you gotta do. At Drunk Banthas.
Now, if you're confused, he's talking about X now.
Right. We don't use that word.
The typey site that looks like a porn site, but isn't.
And before you, I know you're going on, but before you go on, I just want to say shout out to all the people who have signed up for the membership program, the join program on YouTube, on our YouTube channel. You can, it's 99 cents a month. If you feel like you can contribute, you get every video early, except the live stream, of course. But you'll get all of our videos early. Alex's drunk reviews, drunk analysis, any lists that we do, and you get the opportunity to help us drive this channel. Like, you get to choose what content we're going to make. So if you, whatever you suggest, we have polls that you'll be able to vote on, and but everybody will be able to vote on the Drunkies Awards. Don't worry. So. But yeah, sign up for that. And so you
get some special. Yeah, you get your exactly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Plus
your name is green in the chat. Exactly.
So all these other normies know that you're better.
Yeah, and you get me to shout you out like this. You get me to say shout out to Morgan for being a member, and shout out to Rachel V for being a member, contributing. We appreciate y'all. You want your name shouted out? Hit me up, baby. Hit me up.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate you guys, and we also appreciate all the people who've been voting because we needed a little help figuring out the last video we're going to be doing for Does It Hold Up Black History Month, and we love that you guys have been voting on that. Really appreciate it. Seems like Nutty Professor is going to be the winner.
Man, I don't have a lighter.
Oh Lord.
But moving right along, let's talk about what we're talking about.
Bill says I don't have a lighter, and I start looking around like I can give him one.
So I got one right here, man.
Guys.
Why can't anyone just have a lighter to give me?
Right, I have like 4 lighters in my pocket that is not on my butt.
I still a ton of matches from the candle company.
Matches come in clutch sometimes though.
Oh man, matches
and they're the stick matches too.
Yeah.
Like there have been so many times where I'm trying to smoke weed and then like I'll find a match and I'll be like Bruce Willis in Fifth Element. We're like, don't breathe.
But what do you mean stick matches?
Like the long ones?
As opposed to what?
Yeah, what other match? Do they have metal matches?
They have like the matchbook matches.
Oh,
they're the flimsy pieces.
Yeah.
cardboard
like
matches.
Now those one you definitely had to like say some Hail Marys and like give it up to God before you try to strike one of those. You need Jesus on your side.
Seriously, go to church before you light one of them bitches.
It ripped.
These guys, as opposed to like the shitty little matchbook.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
right.
Dirty.
You know, matches were actually created after lighters.
Really?
Roll time.
That seems like we're hustling backwards, but
right.
What do you got written down there?
Well, I was
gonna say we should probably talk about nerd stuff.
We're talking about Netflix's Blue Eye Samurai. Just a quick description of the premise. During Japan's Edo period, the 17th century, half white, half Japanese woman Mizu quests for vengeance against 4 white men, one of whom is her father, who illegally remained in Japan during the closing of its borders of the Tokugawa shogunate.
Yeah. This show was very racist.
It's very racist in this
world.
Like most of the characters, like the whole world is racist.
The world is
our
racist.
Main character. Yeah.
I mean, the world is racist. Period. Right now, I don't care what time period we're in. The world is racist.
Yeah, that's one thing that's the evergreen theme. Unfortunately, in entertainment, you can always talk about racism, and it's relative.
Does it?
Does racism
4 white people in Japan.
This is a very dense show. There's a lot going on while still having like a pretty simple story. Before we get into the story, though, I'm curious what you guys thought of the animation style, because it's very unique. I didn't think that I was even going to like it, because there's like this Batman anime movie that came out a little while ago that I fucking hated, specifically because of animation.
Batman Ninja?
Batman Ninja. It was a sort of
that movie. It was so stupid.
Batman Ninja was just dumb. It wasn't a bad animation, but it was really bad. Like a dumb.
It was a really dumb.
The problem with Batman Ninja was they tried taking like 5 different types of anime genres and doing them all in one fucking movie. And it sucked. Pick one and stick with it. But back to this one.
Yeah, it definitely didn't have a straight lane. And to your point, like Scott Pilgrim even chose a different style of anime than this chooses, but it works really well for itself. But Jeff, like, how did you feel about the animation style?
Yeah, let's ask our resident anime nerds.
I was very interested with it. It reminded me a lot of there was a Cartoon Network show a while back called like Skyhawks or something. Which this kind of reminded me of. So like Skyhawks was one of those ones where kind of like reboot, where it tries taking the CGI, but it's like only CGI, and it's like, okay, that we get it. You're trying to show us that like computers are impressive, but like maybe you're relying a little too much on it. I think Blue Eyed Samurai didn't make that mistake. I think they were smart enough to use CGI to their advantage while still using some more traditional. It didn't look like a computer made it. It looked like a human drew it, conceived of it all, and then they used a computer to kind of amp it up. And I thought that was a good call.
Was it CGI in there? Was it used? Because there seemed like to me there was some motion capture moments.
Yes, some of the motions seem so fluid. I was like, "There's no way that didn't."
Well, also the facial plot points that the way that the face moved at certain points.
I wish I looked up anything on the
I can tell you something, guys. If that's what you came here for, you need to go on over to Heavy Spoilers or somebody else. But guess what? I'll stop you right now. They didn't cover it. So how about that?
There you go.
How about that? Because they don't care about Asian people. We care about Asian people. You know what I'm saying? We not racist.
They even made the show half white for y'all. Like,
right.
Y'all still wasn't fucking with it.
Still wasn't fucking with it.
9, how did you feel
about they kept calling white people the devil. That's why.
And I'm sorry. 4 white guys in a country and they all have blue eyes? Racist.
Yeah, that, to be honest with you, all other white people without blue eyes
how
should
dare
be upset. They should totally be mad. Like, that, goddamn, can't nobody take over an island except blue-eyed white people? Our brown-eyed grandfather was just as racist and tyrannical as anybody else.
What about you, Nine? How did you feel about the animation style for this one?
No, I think you guys said it, because it looked really good, and it definitely could have been bad. especially with the amount of CGI elements. But I think what they did, like what I noticed is that like in the background, or like a lot of the backgrounds were like not CGI at all, right? Or something. Like I think they usually they're like hand drawn or like painted or something. I don't know. I was watching it on my fucking TV. It's an OLED. I love it to death. You know, I can't stop talking about it.
Okay.
But it just looks stunning. It just like was breaking out the screen, and it looked really cool.
Yeah, I agree. It definitely kind of reminded me of Klaus in the way that they mixed the CGI with the hand-drawn style to make it just feel very natural.
Sorry, that book is bothering me. That's gonna tear. Careful.
But how did you feel about like the action in this one, Bill? Like it's good.
I thought you never asked me, Alex, because you asked everybody else before me. And then you answered right when I was trying to answer. I'm joking.
Our opinions aren't important.
I'm joking. Actually, I really was prepared for you not to ask me. And then from in the middle of the next statement, just start talking about it. But I loved the animation of this show. I don't really be giving a fuck about the animation as long as it's not shitty. Like, you know what I'm saying? As long as I'm not watching a Barbie straight to DVD movie, then like I'm good. Then I'm good, dog. If I'm not watching like
Paw Patrol or some shit.
Exactly, man. Like, goddamn, as long as it's not Pound, like what's the other one? The puppies?
No, that's Paw Patrol.
Paw Patrol. Yeah. What's the other one with the trucks?
Bob the Builder?
Truck Patrol. That's just funny. But anyway, look, I haven't had a toddler in
Thomas
quite
the Tank
some
Engine.
I haven't had a toddler in quite some time. This little nigga be watching all kinds of shit now. But look, but the story, man, this story was deep.
Yeah, for sure.
This story had some depth to it, man. And you know, I like how they explored the racial elements like we talked about earlier. Of nobody said the word vape one time, but that's what this is. That's clearly what happened. It's
clearly a vape culture.
The main character was vaped, or her mom was vaped. She's a product of vape, you know.
Yeah.
So it's just interesting that they would go into that subject matter and, you know, touch on that in a cartoon. You know what I mean? Right. Like, no, regardless of what the subject, like, regardless of how violent they plan on being, the subject matter of an animated series is usually not this.
And
what I'd say, not controversial, but you know,
it's violent,
adult themed.
Yeah.
Okay, adult themed. I didn't want to say that because it sounds like a party. And this is not that kind of party.
No.
It actually felt like, you know, it felt like Tupac inspired almost, though. Like almost like Brenda's got a baby type inspiration in it. Like, you know what I mean?
They do love the Tupac in Japan. So.
You know, and speaking of, like, actually, before we get into the story, like, just since you brought that up really quickly, I want to talk about the needle drops for a second, because I'm not usually a fan of music outside of the era that the show is being made in.
I didn't like that first drop. I was like, whoa, what the fuck is going on?
I didn't like the Kill Bill needle drop. That fucking whom the bell tolls,
that shit.
Whom the bell tolls, though, shit fucked.
Every one of these needle drops slapped. I do want to explain my words earlier. For those who don't watch the show all the time, excuse me, they vape. When I say vape, it's the V is to replace an R, so as not to be able to say that word.
Non-consensual adult hugging.
So we don't say that word, so YouTube doesn't have any problems. We'd appreciate it if y'all use that word as well in the chat, so that, you know, we don't have any, like, you know, I don't know, terms of service agreements problems. I don't know. Like, YouTube don't like that stuff. So we vape here. We don't vape here.
Yeah, we don't vape here.
We don't vape here.
No.
We actually do vape shame.
But
so I guess bringing it all the way back around. We do vape shame.
Vape shame here. Hashtag vape shame.
But I will say, though.
No, go ahead, Jeff.
I was just going to say, well, this one wasn't made in Japan, so it's technically not an anime.
Yeah.
Anime in general, especially ones made in Japan, you don't tend to hear about the very heavily themed ones, but a lot of them are.
Where the fuck was this made?
I mean, this was French Canadian.
Oh shit!
So it's Fanimation.
Fucking-animation?
You don't like that? You know,
I don't know.
Where is Noah when you need him?
Cabanimation.
Where is Noah when you need him? Noah's always here to laugh at all my jokes, man.
But I mean,
you can't get all of it.
It's not uncommon for really, really dark themes and animes and stuff in Japan. I mean, X is one and that was like in the 90s, I think. That one was fucked. Oh yes.
Oh wait, so look, for those who are new to the channel, Jeff has Jeff has a huge trunk. It's actually small, just has very deep, and he will pull random things out of it just as we're talking about them in random conversation.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he stole Santa's sack long time ago, and he just pulls random toys out.
That is disgusting.
Speaking of, I rewatched Violent Night.
Only if every time you hear sack, you think of nuts.
Violent Night.
It was so good.
Oh, it was so good. Maybe next Christmas for Doesn't Hold Up. I don't know. The cast for this is pretty incredible. We got Kenneth Branagh playing that white dude, Masaoka, Randall Park, George Takei, Brenda Song. I really like the trajectory of her career. And Maya Erskine. Yeah, I know, right? And Maya Erskine, who's
who she's got a kid with, right?
Oh, Brenda Song?
Macaulay Culkin.
Her and Macaulay have a kid together.
That is cute.
I was gonna say the same thing, Jeff. Camera's looking amazing, dog.
Looking nice.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I love how your comments covered up his face.
It looks great, Jeff. Looks amazing.
That's great,
Keep up the good work up.
Thank you so much.
But what did you guys think of Maya Erskine's performance as Mizu? We're going to be talking about her again when Mr. and Mrs. Smith comes out.
Ooh.
Nerd. I mean, Nine. I'll let you. Nerd. Talk. Nine.
You dork.
Okay. So she is an Obi-Wan too. All right. But yeah, no, I thought it was. It's just an amazing character. She was just killing it with the voice acting. What I thought was interesting, though, with the show, now that you brought it up, is that her voice is still very feminine. I don't know if in episode 1 they wanted you to think that she was a boy, right?
Yeah, that's her.
I don't think
that's a
but I
pretty sexy voice. I was like, there's no way. I think
that they were trying to show you that she was pretending to be a boy, because I didn't think that it was a boy at the beginning of the episode. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, it was a little girl.
It was definitely
just like those Hanson sisters.
I just felt like they
Taylor Hanson, biggest crush.
I felt like they really had insinuated it a lot. Especially and just certain moments. I don't really want to spoil too much because I know that people are watching that haven't watched it. But there was definitely a lot of moments early on where they really said, "Fuck them,
spoilers."
You saw the goddamn thumbnail,
spoilers.
Bitch. You know what motherfucking time it is? It's the goddamn drunk Banthas ruining everything.
Yeah. Bruce Willis.
We ruined Captain Marvel. Y'all didn't hear about that? We ruined it.
Yeah, we ruined that. To your point, I'm even switching him around. I feel like Brenda Song has a deeper, more raspy voice and will probably be better suited as someone who's trying to be male coded. But Maya Erskine still did a good job with this.
Yeah.
Wasn't
no. I was like, this is the voice acting was incredible.
Well, look,
100%.
We do got a story similar, right? We got Mulan. So apparently it's just really easy to
make a man out of you.
Nobody say to do that. I told you.
Somebody
never heard that song.
Somebody
I
was
never heard it. Sorry.
I told you before we got on.
Not pick it up.
I said, don't do that.
Now we're gonna be talking about Blue Eye Samurai. I don't want to hear shit about Mulan. Sorry, go ahead.
That's what I said, man. Don't say it. Well, to spoil just a little bit, there's a lot of like titties in this show.
There is.
Like
main character titties.
Right. That's how we actually end up being revealed. That was the reveal that it was a woman, as we saw the titties. Yeah. And then, but you know, the whole time I wasn't thinking the whole time, like, is this a dude? I was thinking, is this dude straight or is this dude gay? You know what I'm saying? I'm talking, but I knew it was a female, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm just saying this dude, because I kept saying this dude, knowing that it was a girl, but I'm trying to keep it on the lows because I don't want her to get caught.
They spies out in these streets.
Right. Yeah. But I was just like wondering what her sexual preference was going to be, and then boom, it was. She still was straight. She just had this incredibly hard life, so she was growing up hard. Yeah. But you know what? It did make me remember. This is the last thing I really got to say about it, but it did really make me remember and have appreciation for where women are now and remember where women have been. Yeah. Because god damn, if you couldn't go nowhere in the world as a woman without like a dude, like literally
it was against the law.
Against the law to go traveling around the world or the country or this was how it was everywhere now. You couldn't till like 1800s, you couldn't 1912, if you was a woman, you couldn't just be out by yourself. You couldn't own a bank. You couldn't have a bank account. You couldn't motherfucking own land with your name on it.
There's still some places in Mississippi like that, I heard.
Yeah, it's called Brett Favre's house.
No, but yeah, like that's a good point. Like, and I want to hear like what you guys feel about just like the politics and the environment of this time. You know, 17th century Japan. I didn't actually know that they were isolated in like the Edo period, and they just didn't. I mean, I don't do a whole lot of world history searching.
I don't know how you knew it, but you forgot because otherwise you wouldn't have passed. You wouldn't have passed high school.
All right, but
I didn't learn that in high school. I learned that through like literally reading manga. Like they did not teach any of that shit in high school.
They taught it in our high school because that's how I know.
Gotta love anime.
Well, what did y'all feel? How did y'all feel about like just like exploring this specific time period in Japanese history? Did you find it intriguing? Were you like kind of over that? How did you feel, Jeff?
I think it was really smart. I think it was the right way to go. You know, really keep them in their place. You know, let them know what they mean in society. I think that's a good call.
Oh god,
it was hard to get through. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh man, I was trying not to laugh. I was trying to.
Obviously, terrible. I think that. So with the whole how they treated women at the time, obviously it's just not only terrible, but it's also stupid. Because I mean, don't get me wrong, it wasn't better in other countries, but it wasn't as bad. Actually, I don't know that. I am 100% talking out of my ass on that one. But obviously,
just
it's
turn
like
around and put the microphone sort of thing on your ass.
Yep. But I mean, like, look at what is it, the 60s in America? I mean, women are the reason we went to the moon. I mean, a woman created Wi-Fi. There's so many things that, like, hey, maybe if we just weren't stupid and sexist, we being society in general, just imagine how much sooner things would have happened. Yes. And that's really where it's interesting.
Yes, I think that's a perfect segue. I think that's a perfect segue because that is why For All Mankind is such a dope show, because it shows you that if America had to stay hungry in the space race,
literally just think about that,
then you would have needed to have women, because women would have had to have been advanced, because they don't give a shit about like sexual hierarchy as far as work goes. Right. Over in Russia, they like everybody got to work, because ain't none of you worth shit.
We're all dog shit.
Everyone's got to work. No one gets credit for it.
Exactly. Like, So it helps. It behooves us as a society to have every single person for all mankind working at the betterment, because women are smart, man.
Yeah,
women are smart, man.
Shout out to Tracy Stevens.
And sometimes dudes, first of all y'all are stupid. We're all stupid, right? People are dumb. People are just dumb. Mostly. I'm just saying, right? So we can't exclude any sex.
Person is smart.
If we come up with different sexes, we need all of them too. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We need everybody, because there's only so many smart people out there. We need every single one of y'all to come to bat.
Yeah, one of the best parts of this show, like I kind of fell in love with this show at the end of the first episode when our Mizu, our hero, like she tears through this whole dojo, and she has this she meets her equal in a sense with this character Taigen, and
then she do a Goku,
and then she pulls a straight Goku, bro.
That is fucking right? Yeah, that is the perfect thing for any Shonen Jump character to do is take off the bracelets, watch them hit the ground, and a bunch of fucking smoke plumes up.
I mean,
and you're like, okay, let's
fucking Rock Lee, man.
Rock Lee.
Rock Lee almost took out Gara, and he's got no ninjutsu.
Bro, let's talk about
Taijutsu having bitch.
Let's talk about those action scenes real quick before we move on. How did y'all feel, Nine? How did you feel about a lot of these action scenes? Because I felt like they were dope as fuck. I thought it's a lot of stuff that you couldn't do or it would cost a lot of money to do in preparation to do. They did it in this animated show, and it cost nothing. You know what I'm saying? It costs way less than it would to do, because we make animators are slaves. So they don't matter.
They're basically like women in Edo.
Aren't they all women? I don't know. But yeah, Nine, how'd you
no, I really loved the fight scene and the choreography. And actually, let me just pull this up too, because I just wanted to, since we didn't know anything about the show, I just figured out look at this clip. Because this is how they got a lot of their references, it looks like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably Netflix, they're going to.
Oh, cool.
Guys, if you're listening on the...
See that,
oh, gosh.
If you're listening on the podcast right now, we'll just tell you that it's all the dope spots from YouTube. Yeah. And can you go down? What's the YouTuber channel name?
It's Netflix behind the
okay. So yeah, it's on Netflix. Shout out to you, Netflix. Don't block this.
Yeah, please don't block this. We're talking.
I'm sending you an appeal anyway, so get over it.
Right.
We'll send our lawyer.
This was so badass. I mean, seeing this, because it looks like it doesn't even look like that they were doing motion cap. It's just that they were getting reference.
Yeah, visual references. Yeah,
that makes a lot of difference.
Yeah, that's very old. First, and they did a phenomenal job, but it's very old school. It kind of reminds me of watching those old reference videos from Little Mermaid, how they just had just some chick with big hair doing shit, and they just obviously it wasn't mocap because they didn't have that technology then. But it's
Lion King. They actually brought lions in and shit, all the different animals.
Yeah. They had clearly put a lot of work into this. It wasn't just storyboarding. They really thought about the choreography and how everything was going to be composed.
Mm-hmm. And it's funny. Obviously, it's a movie about feudal Japan. I'm sorry, a TV show about feudal Japan. And I'm sure I'll get some shit for this. One of my favorite movies is The Last Samurai. And just that part where we talk about everything. Thank you. You should. Good movie. Ken Watanabe's The Last Samurai, not Tom Cruise. It's okay.
It's still his best performance. Sorry, but that's not good.
Oh yeah, but when he's talking about they go after everything with this fervor, they put their all in everything, and it feels like the animators did that. They put everything into making this show, and it shows.
Yeah, it really shows it's a passion project. We could probably talk about this for 2 more hours.
Yeah,
but we should.
Which we tend to do.
We tend to do, but we should move it along. But before we do, any final thoughts on Blue Eye Samurai? Anything you want to tell the people about Blue Eye Samurai?
Nah, man, go watch it.
Episode 5, fucking amazing. Episode 5, the story of the Ronin.
Yeah,
incredible. Also, just one more thing. I just went to the subreddit, and I just showed this.
We forgot to talk about Tum Tum.
Oh yeah.
So how does a Ringo? How does a non-binary samurai kill people? How? They slash them.
All right, that's cool.
That's pretty good.
That's like the dad joke of pronouns.
That's a really good one. But that's a good one. It's just fitting for the show.
Moving right along, we are going to be talking about the Monarch. Legacy of Monsters. The penultimate episode of this first season.
By the way, we will be next week talking about the Venture Brothers movie. Just because that's my favorite show.
Oh, yeah, that's right. And
it's one of my
also
favorite shows.
A Drunkies nominee.
It's also a Drunkies nominee. So we will be talking about Drunkies nominees all till we get to them. You know what I'm saying? We'll be trickling them in there, just talking about them.
Trickling. Just trickling.
Trickle. And you get to vote on the Drunkies, by the way. You vote. You.
My man is very excited about that.
Yeah.
Appreciate that, man. So this is the penultimate episode 9, Axis Mundi.
I don't know if that. What does that mean?
It's probably Latin, but I was like, I'm not looking this up for this show that thinks it's smart because it has a Latin title.
Oh, good.
Just so we're not hopping back and forth,
in
and just like for my own.
Is...
Trickle down drunken.
Jeff has the answer.
In astronomy, axis mundi is the Latin term for the axis of the Earth between celestial poles.
Look, nigga, you be
knowing Latin coordinate system. This is the axis of rotation of the celestial sphere.
Okay. You be knowing Latin. And they had a sphere.
Yeah, I sure do.
They do.
No,
yeah,
Alex,
it makes sense.
Alex, he said, I think it's Latin. I don't know. I ain't look it up, but he knew it was Latin. Listen to him.
It felt very Latin because I didn't understand it.
Right.
But just
like
for
gibberish. It's definitely Latin.
Yeah, that's definitely a dead language. Just so we're not having back and forth, and like for my sanity, we're just gonna go in like order of timelines.
You got it, Alex.
We're gonna go 1962, 1982, and then 2015.
Right.
So in 1962, Sean volunteers to lead Operation Hourglass, an expedition into the Hollow Earth. Very cute name considering Monarch's logo that looks like a hourglass. But Suzuki's Titan lure is used to induce a partial Titan emergence and stabilize a rift. During the launch, the rift abruptly destabilizes and closes, and Puckett informs Randa that Monarch's funding has been cut due to the loss of life from Operation Hourglass. Meanwhile, Shaw's stranded team is killed by an ion dragon, cool name, while he is sucked back through the rift.
Why wasn't he just honest and say, look, we're canceling this program because you almost sucked me into a goddamn hole? Why didn't he say that?
Yeah,
that sound more just, look, that's what it say on paper, Bill, but you almost goddamn killed me. See, I was on the front row of this motherfucking suction whole earth thing, and I almost died, man. So fucking cutting the cord, man. This is fucking ridiculous.
We gotta shut this down.
Y'all are fucking crazy. What if y'all been out there by yourself? We never even known what happened to you.
Yeah, and the logic behind them cutting funding is what bothers me. I'll get to that, I guess, in a little bit. But how did you guys think of like the sequence and just seeing poor little baby hero? He's got to see one parental figure after another just die. How did you guys feel about this scene? 9?
I cut out there for a little bit.
You start thinking about
something else. To be honest,
look, I had to go
the thing is that I don't care. That's how I literally feel about all of that. Who cares? A little bit too late for me, my guys.
You know you don't care about a show when you are on your phone on Instagram while the show is on, but then you look up and you're like, oh shit, I missed something. But you just keep it playing.
Right.
It's not live TV. You could just go backwards. But you're not going to go backwards. You just like, no, fuck that.
I guess I missed that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's sorry. I feel sorry for him, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Clearly you're really torn up about it.
You know. Hero niggas die every day, B.
How did you feel about this scene, Bill? Just like about the section of, or did you already say how you felt about this scene? You didn't say it. No. How did you feel about this scene? I'll be forgetting. Morning.
Reading
marijuana impairs the memory.
Are you reading my mind? Open your mind. No, but
once every episode. There has to be one every episode.
It does. It's always gonna happen. I don't know where you think it's going. I liked this episode in the sense that I finally got some answers, right?
Right.
Like we finally know something. And I have only cared about the three characters. Is it sad that I don't care about Baby Hero? I don't care about Baby Hero.
I mean, he's a new character. Baby Hero.
He seemed like a little punk.
Well, his mom died. And his dad died.
Dead.
Well,
he ain't dead either.
Well, no, his real dad.
Oh, he don't know that. He think his daddy a white man.
This guy has lost a lot. Right?
He think his daddy a white man.
He calls Anders his dad. Like, okay.
You know what?
We're going to have a conversation with your 13.
I'll take it back. I feel bad for him because you did just point out that Anders is his dad.
Yeah, he's out of...
So yeah, that's kind of wild.
Yeah,
so
sucks.
I ain't gonna lie, that's crazy. But I just felt like we got some answers. We finally got some answers. You know what I'm saying? That's what I've been wanting out of this show. We got not an explanation, but a confirmation that you don't die or your body don't implode because you go down there without a little container.
Right.
And actually, we saw that Lee's bubble sphere thing that they went down in, it actually almost imploded. He was giving out maydays that they were imploding. So they were experiencing pressure issues while going down. So it may just be easier to just jump down up in it.
Yeah, just fucking raw dog that shit. Just jump on in. That's probably the safest way. Which
that's wild.
Ironic.
He said that. That's wild.
Yeah, it's weird because I feel like that's one of the things that kind of irks me about just the rules of this shit. Like they don't fully explain. Like we're led to assume that that's true, but they don't explain why.
No, I got a theory though. I think if you get butt naked and jump in, you don't have all the sensory situations that they have.
Yeah, it's the clothes.
Because they're not organic.
Can I keep on my chain? Will it turn green on me?
So you going down there and you gonna get all bedazzled with the chain. So you gotta take the chain off, jump in butt naked.
I did like the.
Is it easier if you grease yourself up?
The guy's like, yeah, it's easier if you grease yourself up.
It puts the lotion on the skin.
It's better if you lick your lips too. You should do that.
Get in there nice and deep, black.
Jeff, are you watching this show? I forgot. You've been watching this?
Yeah, but I haven't watched this episode.
Oh, okay, cool. It happens.
I have not caught this episode, but while I was gone, I did watch those Godzilla movies that I hadn't caught up on yet, and I gotta say, they suck.
This
show is better than the last 3 Godzilla movies.
Man, I loved Godzilla vs. King Kong because it is so stupid.
I will agree with Jeff. I will agree with Jeff. For me, that this is better. Like all the Godzilla movies that it's attached to, this is better, and it actually is explaining stuff that they fucked up in the first few movies. So I do like that aspect of it. But the lady who leads
Monarch,
Dr. Girlfriend.
Espinoza, I think it's. Or no, that's
Espolón.
My favorite tequila.
No. Like, yeah, Espolón. You could sponsor us. Easy peasy.
Anytime.
Okay, we'll take the low ball.
We'll just take the tequila, honestly.
Just have
to pay us.
Every house.
Yeah, honestly, that'll save us a lot of money if you just
I'll tell you what,
millions. No,
if they just don't charge me for their tequila anymore, I'll make more than on a sponsorship.
Look, you heard us. Damn, what was I about to say? I was saying
you were saying something about the director of.
I said this Monarch. Show better than the movies.
Mm. Yeah.
I
will say
I had a really good segue, but my joke was funnier. So,
you were talking about Dr. Girlfriend.
Dr. Girlfriend.
Oh yeah.
Dr. Girlfriend is not on this show.
Look, I don't remember what I was going to say specifically about her, but it was to segue into. That was a great one.
Oh, thank you.
But there was a crazy fucking. Sorry, listening audience.
It sounds like you're the one who burped because you apologize.
Manners, Bill.
There was a scene in this episode where they played a goddamn trap song that had nothing to do with nothing. Like,
when Homegirls,
they were like having a montage through the Monarch area with Dr. Girlfriend, and she's like doing all the crazy shit. And I'm like, why are they playing like a off-color trap song as the score right now?
Yeah.
And it was a song like they were playing the lyrics, and I was like, this don't even have nothing to do with what's going on. It was the most lazy sound supervised episode of television I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, to your point,
I said I like this episode. That's telling you how bad this fucking show has been.
To your point, I saw on this other video that song came out in 2017, so it's not even like it's chronologically accurate. It came out after this. This
it's just somebody that really liked that garbage ass song.
What song is that? I'm trying to.
Nicki Minaj song.
Oh my god, I can't even remember what it was, but it was fucking bad, and it had no place in Monarch. A song that has a score that is fucking dope. I mean, a show that has a score.
The score actually for this show is really great. It's kind of underutilized.
It's like a 7-minute long fucking score or some shit like that. Like, they have a lot of it that they could use, is what I'm saying. Yeah, man. If you're watching, you came over from Instagram at Drunk Banthas at Drunk Banthas on Instagram, and you hit the link and you came from over there, you heard the little theme song, and that's what I'm talking about, man. That shit is dope.
Yeah, it makes you think, oh, okay, this show is good. Like right before it starts.
Actually, the cold opens be lit.
Cold opens are usually pretty good.
The cold opens be lit unless May is in them.
And I will say that.
How do you feel about May?
Oh, I fucking hate May. She's the worst character.
Okay, because I have to ask you that. See, this is when I do my Joe Budden.
You had to adjust the mic.
I do my Joe Budden. I have to ask you that because see, I be hating.
Yeah.
People say I be hating. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I have to ask you because you give them some chances. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You give them some love.
I do really like Kiersey Clemons as an actress. Sweetheart is like such a great movie. Check that out.
I'm Shannon Sharp. But I'm Shannon Sharp and he Ocho Cinco.
All right, that's a good, I guess, comparison. It's like I don't think I'm a 1-to-1 with Ocho Cinco, but
no.
But
you're not a one. I say Siskel and Ebert too, but nigga, you not know.
No, that's a solid comparison. But no, I would say that like half of this show is really, really good. Like we've said it before, like the stuff that happens in the 60s with Wyatt Russell's character and Keiko is so much more interesting than the 2015 stuff. And like, feel like, May and them prolonging what the big secret is about Kurt Russell's character is just like it doesn't help the show
and May's character for that matter.
Yeah, and May's character. Like
we got 5
episodes.
It
would have been so much better if they introduced that type of stuff. Like if this episode happened like in episode 3 or 4, I'd have been like, oh, okay, there's some intrigue going on here, but they waited so long.
Well, see,
make this reveal. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
I would say that they could have easily made this reveal when they made it. They just needed to speed all that May shit up. That May shit should have been in episode 2 or 3. Like we shouldn't have had to spend so long looking for a guy, Hero, who we don't even fucking find when we find him. He fucking runs off, and we don't even get to hear him talk. So, like, okay, so
they could pay him less.
Exactly. So we could have just had like after we figure out that Hero has 2 families. After we find out that Hero is black and from the South,
Scroll time.
Scroll time. When we find that out. That should have been when we find out that May has her secret life, because that's when we start being, suggested, nudged to let us know, like, oh, she's got some type of secret life. That's when they start introducing it.
Right.
If we get that out of the way, episode 3, the rest of it can flow and we can make some actual sense out of this stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and actually learn more, and we get more of Keiko.
Yeah, Dr. Keiko, my MVP of the show. Cannot wait to talk about her later because there's some wild shit with her character at the end of this episode. But actually, let's go ahead and move to 1982 because that pretty much brings us to 1982. Shaw goes into the portal. He pops out in 1982, which seems like it's only been minutes, but I guess we'll get to that a little bit later.
It's been seconds.
Holding a nurse, Amiko, hostage and demanding to see Randa after he wakes up in the Japanese hospital. Shaw is met by an adult Hiroshi. Hiroshi informs him that Randa has died and that Monarch intends to abandon their mission in favor of leaving the Titans undisturbed. Shaw is placed under house arrest in basically an old folks home. This was kind of interesting. I have a few questions about all of like the logistics of him being dropped in this portal. But 9, do you feel like did they explain like whether he was down there for minutes or hours or days or just?
I kind of
felt
that the reveal was kind of like just I don't know if they got the pacing right for that kind of reveal because they didn't hit that sweet spot where it was like, being right one step ahead of the viewer. I felt like I was like a step ahead of them revealing it. I was like, okay, that's I don't know, felt a little bit too cheap.
Yeah, well, but do you think that they explained? Like, do you know how long he was down there? Because I don't feel like they properly explained how long.
I don't think he. Okay, yeah.
Like
I don't know, like
apples
for him it was just like a little
donuts,
bit like
the dollars and apples to
apples to oranges.
the minute per year time or whatever.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? The conversion theories and shit.
Right. Because this is yeah.
Is it transitive? No, I'm joking. I'm gonna just start saying
Yeah.
Oh, I do like the scene where he's explaining in a very technical and like militaristic, like as if he's writing a report kind of way of how things happen, and we get these very like Zack Snyder 300 kind of shots of
very light. You mean these Zack Snyder 300 shots? Zack Snyder clearly worked on this day.
Brought him in to direct this one scene.
He was walking by the editing bay one day. And
hey, what you guys doing?
Slow
you guys see Rebel
down.
Moon?
Oh no, you shouldn't do it like that. Hold on. Hey Josh, do we have time today? Yeah. Okay. Look, no. Cancel everything. Cancel everything for the rest of the afternoon. We're gonna stay with these guys.
I'm not even shitting on it. I actually genuinely liked that scene.
No, I know.
And the way that was all explained. But
I didn't.
I don't feel. You didn't like that?
I didn't like it because I thought, first of all, his report was missing information. If you like the way he gave the report, then if we're gonna go based off of like how it would have actually gone if he was telling the goddamn truth, you know what I'm saying? He didn't tell everything. He just left out shit.
Yeah.
Like,
well, that is my problem because I like the delivery of like how he was making it very
okay. So
very
you didn't like
militaristic
the things he said. Though.
Yeah, I was like, but you leave. Yeah, I was like, but you leaving some shit out. Like, how long were you down there? Like, what's?
Yeah, like
how long did it feel to you?
Exactly. Yeah. Right. Was it Titan? Like, no. Was it landing or crashing? Titan. Electrocution, sucked into a wormhole, Japan, or was it like
I need the
landing, surveying the area, like Land of the Lost type
tiny,
shit,
whimey, wibbly, wobbly stuff.
Right, yeah. Was it like Land of the Lost where I walk around and I eat a berry? I'm eating fruits and berries and shit. I build a tree house.
You have to sustain yourself.
Yeah, exactly. How long were you there? Did you find water out of a lake of Minnetonka? What did you do when you got there?
Source,
No, we don't get none of that information.
Absolutely no.
Did you get a girlfriend while you was down there?
Which makes me feel like
make a girlfriend.
Which makes me feel like our heroes. And we'll get to the ending in a little bit, but or the 2015 storyline in a little bit. But that's one of my questions. Like, does that mean that our heroes are already fucked? Like, does no matter what,
virgins? No matter not virgins.
No, no, I'm not talking about it in a sexual way. Since they've already been down there for like a few minutes,
right?
It's like Meg, Kurt Russell, and everybody. Are they gonna come back in 2032?
No, that's what makes you so goddamn angry. It's because they didn't tell us that. They didn't tell us how long he was down there, so you don't know how long they got to be down there.
Right. We don't know.
Now, maybe that makes sense. Now, you know what? Maybe that makes sense for people, for other people. Maybe that's what's bringing people back. Like, oh, man, now I need to know. Oh, shit. Did you see? They ain't tell nobody. But they see, but they ain't say how long it take to be down there.
Like, now I'll be like, how about we don't? Only if someone came at me just like that, I'll be like, nah, I'm thinking I'm good on this.
I'm okay. I'm going to watch that.
No, but there's a scenario that somebody else has been watching. Same show. Like, goddamn, I don't take it that serious. This is what I have happened to me in the streets. You know what I'm saying? That's why we're taking it to the streets.
One of my friends
to the streets.
One of my friends, Sam, he was like, it's funny. He likes this show more than Godzilla -1, and like I think Godzilla -1 deserves to be nominated for like best adapted screenplay. Like I feel like the script for that one is really, really good. But people really like this show. People like the cheese. I don't know what to tell you guys.
Like, I'll tell you what. I hate goat so cheese. Happy. No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say I hate goat cheese.
But like cheese. I like goat cheese.
No, but I'm just saying, like, for instance, I hate goat cheese, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I like cheese. Like, I love blue cheese.
Yeah, blue cheese.
You know what I'm saying? I like feta cheese.
Yeah,
feta's
kind of cheese. I like my style. Yeah, you got your.
No, feta is not goat cheese.
Parmesan over spaghetti.
But I like all those cheeses. You know what I'm saying?
You mean Parmesan?
Parmesan.
No. We call it Parmesan.
Oh, he's from C28.
Okay.
Right. I don't know when this came up in the chat, but Trickle Down Drunkonomics is one of my favorite comments ever made.
That was a long time ago, but it is a great one.
That's pretty good.
I like all cheeses, but I feel like this show is a cheese.
Yeah,
it is a cheese. Some people are gonna like it, some people are gonna love it, and some people do not ever want you to put that on their plate. I think that one is gonna be 9 at the end of this series. Episode 10 though is next week.
Already
we'll be covering.
I still have faith in this show because, like I said, half of it's good. Speaking of which, like,
but can't sustain.
I'm curious how they're gonna end it. Like we do have this, like, this scene between Hiroshi and Kentaro where Kentaro tells Hiroshi that Kate's dead. Big tears.
He also told him he was a bitch.
Yeah,
he said, "Dad, you's a straight bitch. Get your ass up off the goddamn floor."
He said, "I'll tell your mama you ain't shit."
But you know what's crazy about that? Kate just met his mama.
Yeah.
Ooh, so he can tell. Yeah. Eventually, he probably will be able to tell his mama
that he ain't shit. Oh man, let's see if that happens in the finale. Yes, like you mentioned, Shaw and May awaken in the Hollow Earth forest, and they search for Kate. And Kate is attacked by a bramble boar, but is rescued by an unaged Kaiko.
Nah, you saw this?
Now, what?
You saw this scene?
Yeah.
Yo, what the no. So I have to ask the question now. Like at this point, I have to ask everybody at this point. Have you seen this?
Did you see that shit?
So look.
So sorry. Before you say anything, I have to get this out real quick.
Because I have a problem with that scene.
Oh, I have a problem with it too. Or it's just a weird thing. Because I talked about it with you a little bit, and I texted Nine about this. It's a very weird recent trope in like sci-fi and fantasy. I'm just gonna call it Jumanji mom, where there is like a mom that disappears in a like uncharted world, and they're presumed dead, and then they come back. And then they have a fucking bow and arrow.
Jumanji.
Like,
Jumanji is next on Does It Hold Up?
It happens. Yeah, actually it is coming. Yeah, it's coming up.
Jumanji next on Does It Hold Up? If you sign up for the membership, you can get it next Monday. But if it comes out in 2 Mondays from now, now, Double Dragon is on the Drunk Banthas channel. If you're watching from other channels, it's on the Drunk Banthas channel on YouTube. Does it hold up? Does it hold up?
Shameless plugs.
G-pops. But wait, yeah, like it happened in Aquaman. It happened in Aquaman with Double Dragon.
I thought Double Dragon was already good.
You'll have to watch the episode to find out.
The episode. Jeff is on the episode. He got entirely too drunk and he doesn't remember.
And Nine to answer your question, yes, we
doesn't narrow it down.
A long time ago, but that file completely got destroyed, so we had to do another one.
I wasn't on that one.
But yeah. I'm just it happened.
God bless you guys.
But yeah, Jumanji Mom. It happened in Aquaman with Nicole Kidman. It happened in Ant-Man with Michelle Pfeiffer. Now it's happened with Kaiko. They all have bow and arrows. It's a weird thing that keeps happening.
Yo, put your favorite.
But what good company to like be in? You're with Michelle Pfeiffer and Nicole Kidman.
Those
guys in the chat.
And a mom from How to Train Your Dragon 2.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Well, see, look, I don't know nothing about that, and see, that's what I'm about to say. Is like everybody in the chat, put in your favorite mom Jumanji or Jumanji mom moment.
Yeah, please put it in the comments.
You know what I mean? I need to start learning how to do the polls because we need to be doing more polls.
We
because people don't like talking in our chat.
But everybody likes polls.
It sucks because we're splitting over 2 channels. So if I do a poll on mine, then it's not showing up.
What we got to do is we got to coordinate it. We do the whole polls. Sorry, we do all of the voting polls.
But and we'll be able to rock the boat.
We're gonna do that next time. Guys, next time I'm doing
vote or die.
Matter of fact, I'll run a test for members. For everybody who's a member, I'll run a test. This week. But
what did you guys think of the Kaiko reveal? Like Dr. Amira is still alive.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I felt about it, dude. Because I got really pissed off with the fucking little spike fucking
with a boar.
Half triceratops, half boar guy. Like, okay, cool. Monster. That's cool. But then I was like, yo, why is it that this bitch is always getting like close to getting attacked, but then the Titan sees her and they're like, maybe not today.
So this
and then but then so I'm thinking, okay, maybe that's a thing. And then he leaves. Then he comes back like, oh no, bitch, now I gotta kill you. Now I gotta kill you. Like, oh, wait a minute.
It was so stupid. And to your point, okay, so
but then all she had to do was apparently pick up a stick and hit him in the goddamn
yeah, he's like, oh fuck, okay,
and he would have yeah, exactly.
So this is one of my problems with this. I don't know if you guys have seen Kong Skull Island, but they kind of establish in that ecosystem that they're all like the Hollow Earth. There's a whole bunch of monsters, I guess, from Hollow Earth. They're just like hanging out. And some of them are aggressive and some of them are benevolent. Some of them just don't. Passive. Like there's this one scene where Dr. Doom, we'll talk about him on For All Mankind. His character pulls out a gun and starts shooting a monster. And then he's like, oh man, I didn't even want to attack you, man. I just look weird. Stop shooting me.
Yeah, it's like an episode of it's like Rick and Morty. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like just because you're weird looking doesn't mean you're trying to attack someone.
Exactly.
And I thought that was a cool moment. I thought that's what they're trying to convey at that first moment.
And we're back.
What are they trying to convey? You thought you figured that out.
Well, I mean, yeah, I thought like when the boar was like, oh, "Okay, you're just a person. Yeah, all right, I'm gonna go find something I can eat."
I thought that.
And then he turned around. He was like, "Nah, fuck you." It was so weird. It was terrible. But
it was just really bad. Yeah, I was gonna say something, but sometimes things that I'm gonna say, I shouldn't say it.
Okay.
And I don't have like a way to say them. That
you have a Jiminy Cricket moment?
No, man. I'm having one of them Eeyore moments. Yeah, I would say something funny.
Hi, guys.
But you wouldn't care anyway.
But
who the fuck even knows who Eeyore is? Look, we just lost 7 people in the chat.
Eeyore's big in Austin. Austin celebrates Eeyore's birthday every year.
Really?
Oh,
that's
basically
really a
bunch of people. A bunch of people go to a park, smoke a shit ton of pot, and do a lot of acid publicly.
Almost as far away as you can get from Canada, and goddamn people are also doing Winnie the Pooh character days, like fucking back page B-side Winnie the Pooh characters too. Not Piglet, not Tigger.
Yeah, not one of the A-stars.
Eeyore. That's awesome. Fuck
yeah, he's like the kind of depressive weirdo of the group. But I love that. I'm gonna come to Austin specifically to celebrate Eeyore.
We're doing it. Coming to a town near
you can crash at my place for 6 to 9 months.
Alex,
before
Alex.
Yeah.
Humanity ain't shit, man. So, because right now, man, people going through it, man. It's a terrible motherfucking time.
Yeah, that's true.
So let's talk about some fictitious time period, another timeline.
Yeah, let's talk about an alternate universe real quick. Actually, but before we talk about all of mankind in a very specific way, do you guys have any final thoughts? I didn't hear how you felt about Dr. Kaiko's return in this episode 9. How do you feel about that,
bro?
You've checked out at this point.
I'm pretty checked out of this show. Sorry that happened, or I'm very happy for you. But I'm not reading all that. I do have this goof. It says here. Says young hero speaks perfect English with the accent of a native American English speaker, yet adult hero has the accent of a Japanese person who learned English as a second language. That was just in the plot holes here. And what would we rate this episode?
Forecasting. Man, I would say this is a solid 6 for me. Because I really liked
Alex.
That's a 5.
It's always a solid 6 for you, buddy.
Bill,
it's crazy because he'll give something a solid 6, and then he'll give the crazy bad episode a 9 or an 8, and it's wild. But I
don't think I've ever given anything from this a 9.
No, I'm not talking about necessarily this show.
Okay.
I'm not talking about.
We're
this
talking
show.
about your ratings on every single episode of The Idol. 7s, 8s, and 9s. It was crazy.
It just littered with 8s and 9s.
I will change my rating to 5 because,
no. Wait a minute. You don't get to change your rating now.
Of course I do. This is America.
Goddamn drunk band. We international. We in Russia.
You can change your rating at any time on IMDb. They don't lock it after you make your vote. But no, I'll just say because
they should lock it.
I've contended.
I'm never going back.
I've always contended that this show is half good, and when they focus on one half, those episodes are better than the episodes where they don't. And this one is, it's right down the middle, and there's very little Kaiko. 5.
Okay, Bill.
Is like little Kaiko a good thing or no?
I want all the Dr. Mira I can get.
She's Alex in love with her?
Maybe.
I have a crush.
Because I'll tell you what, when Anna Saw was on screen, it's hard for me to focus on the plot. She is so hot. She is a beautiful woman.
Wait, who's that?
Kate.
Rhonda.
Oh, I'm excited to see her in Shogun.
Very excited,
yeah.
No, Kate, lady who plays Kate.
Yep,
she's gorgeous.
Beautiful.
I'm not gonna say she's a bad actress, because I want her to come on the show.
I'm excited because she's using her accent. She's using her accent in Shogun, and I'm very excited.
I want her to come on. Doesn't hold up, so I'm not gonna say she's a bad actress. But I do think the reason that some of the time that we feel like she's not great is because she does a lot of Japanese films, Japanese language films, in which their acting style is a little different than our acting style. So I think that's some of what I'm picking up on, and therefore it's not it's not her fault. I think that they just wrote her character a little too blocky. Her character's too blocky. And I do feel like they're gonna drop some kind of fucking out of nowhere plot line where Titans don't fuck with her because Godzilla looked her right in the eye, and this other Titan didn't kill her.
Blue-eyed samurai.
I was gonna say this. I'm just looking at this preview for Shogun. It looks really good, but I was like, wait,
dude.
Samurai?
I mean, the second I was like, all right, Anna Sawai, I'm interested. But then Hiroyuki Sanada, I was like, all right, that's it. I don't give a shit. I will watch it.
Yeah, FX usually pulls through.
Oh yeah,
they don't fuck around. Yeah, but Bill, what is your rating for this show, for this episode?
6.
6. We'll give it a 6.
Well, I was gonna go 6.5. I was gonna go 6.5, but you can't do that on IMDb. So
we'll give it a 6. All right. Cool.
So that was the Monarch. We got our last episode coming out next week. We'll see how they decide to wrap everything up. But yeah, moving right along.
By the way, put it in the comments. What's your favorite Apple TV show? And
Ted Lasso.
Let us know, so we'll probably cover it. I don't know.
I'm excited for Severance to come back.
That's so excited, but you're not supposed to help them. So if you're just not,
people don't know Apple TV Plus. They're like, oh, what's on that show? What's on that show? I gotta help them out.
Well, if they got it, they can go look. You're not supposed to give them the cheat codes.
That's not a cheat code. If they don't like it, they're not gonna vote for it. They're not gonna put it in there. Oh yeah, Severance, but I still hate that show.
Did you know the guy who plays Roy Kent wrote the pitch script for Shrinking?
No, but I did hear that he was a writer, but that's pretty cool.
He's got a really interesting interview where he talks about Harrison Ford, asking him about the script and him being like, this show? You're talking about this show? And Harrison Ford had to keep him yeah, let's talk about it. It's pretty fun.
Yo, before we, I know we're moving on, but after we get done with this next show, we got to talk about the kid who beat Tetris.
Oh yeah,
first person to beat Tetris ever in history. We'll talk about that later.
You can beat Tetris.
We'll talk about it later. We'll talk about it after we talk about.
Okay.
Oh man,
yeah. There's a grown woman that would have been a good Gotham Gazette. Gotham Gazette is eventually coming back. We just need to get our shit together.
Yeah.
Jeff,
well, no, I'll talk to you about it. I was about to say something. I'll talk to you about it afterwards. Jeff.
Jeff, you said Jeff and Morgan, y'all said Ted Lasso in the chat. Were y'all naming y'all's favorite Jumanji mom, or is that just?
Yes, we got both.
Okay.
My favorite Jumanji mom's above that.
Yeah, that's where are you?
Oh, okay.
No, Ted Lasso is favorite Apple TV show.
Okay. Yeah. That's a good one. I really liked. I haven't seen the
Next
third
tattoo.
season.
Ted Lasso.
By the way, guys, I know it says Palmer James, but that is Jeff, who is on our show right now, participating in the chat. Y'all can, chat with him. He's gonna chat you up. Alex,
I'm a dork and I like talking.
Hey, that's where we're all here. And we're talking about For All Mankind season 4, episode 9, Brazil.
That's right. Get the chats up. Let's go.
It's a pretty good title. Sam breaks the discriminator, forcing Ranger to replace it, allowing Dev's team access to Ranger and an opportunity to bring Goldilocks into Mars's orbit instead of Earth. Lee pledges North Korean support for the operation, promising to ensure that no one gets caught. And then the North Korean commander investigates the ops comm built by Dev's team, but is knocked out and choked by Lee. I just want to say this before we move on. I love talking about this show. because like for real, I think that people don't really care about this show like when we talk about, but people really do be watching this show. Like,
about the show now.
I'm saying that people watch the people who watch our show care about this show for some reason, and I think it's because of our wonderful segment that I'm bringing up first this time.
Okay.
It's our segment. No, it's our segment with 9 from 9 Nerd Yards.
Oh, is this
it's
okay.
For all meme kind?
For all meme kind.
Okay. That actually helps me. So that way I can like check out.
So look.
No, just because
Before he brings up some of those memes for the all meme kind segment, I fucking love this episode because it proved that I really have been studying this series, and I really am on point. And you really did just steal my shot glass.
Oh damn!
God damn, that's real life.
I borrowed. I'll give it back.
He said I borrowed it. But I predicted last week, or either the week before last, that somebody was about to die in the next 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Like somebody important. And we had it happen this episode. We had what's his name? Barishnikov?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, he was important for the last 2 seasons. So that's why I would say he was an important character on the series.
Okay.
Not that he was an important but look at Molly Cobb. By the time her character passed away, she was only on the show. Oh, spoilers.
But
by the time her character,
what did you fucking say?
That's a big one, huh?
Oh,
hey, what do you mean she's only 3 full seasons?
How?
Hey,
watching that how.
Okay.
Yo, watching that
how. But
yo,
what the fuck?
we cannot
that's
even.
Right. But look, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying because I'm pretty sure. Look,
this
is what I'm saying. Hold on.
No, they do her a disservice.
No. We're not talking about that at all. Yeah. But this is why I brought it up. You see that reaction we just got? This is why I brought it up because I'm pretty sure like Othelia's started watching this show when we started talking about it. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if Film Age started watching it. He might have already been watching a little bit. Oh yeah, he was watching it. He said he came back to it.
Yeah.
So like, I like the fact that we really helping people go back to it or even watch it and consider it because it really do like it's an intelligent show to be with the mess.
Yeah,
it's an intelligent show to be with the mess.
It was gripping. It's gripping.
It's pretty crazy.
Our breakdown of season 4, episode 1 was the first time I'd even heard of the show, and I binged all 3 seasons.
Film Age,
I'm completely caught up.
That's been on Twitch. The one watching the Twitch? Is it
you? Are we on Twitch
is
right
it
now?
just one? Yeah, we're always on Twitch. One person is always on Twitch, so we always go on Twitch. But is it 2 people on Twitch now, or is it
yeah, because Film Age usually
careful. There's some words we can't say on Twitch.
Well, we always say all of them, probably twice.
I never check that account for anything, so
we're not. Yeah, exactly. We're not banned, so we're good.
You get in trouble for saying cracker on Twitch.
Well,
which I invite all of you.
Right now.
Sorry, I invite everyone watching to call me a saltine. Have fun. It's worth it.
Well, from now on, we're only going to say backer. Yeah. We're going to say bracker. We're going to say bracker in here. We're not going to say that word. We'll keep it friendly on this show.
Do I have to say bracker when I'm eating like Townhouse and tuna?
Yes.
You can just say
if you're doing it live, goddammit. Let me tell you something. It's really hard.
Yeah.
Look, let me tell you something.
Alex. I don't eat a lot of snacks.
No, fuck that. It's really hard. Look, I'm serious, man. It's really hard to keep some of these podcast episodes monetized. Hey, that's why you guys watching should like right now, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? And
and then call Jeff a saltine in the comments.
Tell 5 friends. Tell them to tell 5 friends.
Exactly. If you don't share Drunk Banthas channel's podcast, you will have a terrible year in 2024. Like, and you seen them things? You seen them little chainmail things on Instagram?
No, I don't be on Instagram.
If you don't post,
Rachel.
We don't know, actually. I generally did not realize Twitch had a disallowed list. Is it for the recordings? Yeah, we have no idea. Honestly, we just click the button, make sure it's live on Twitch. Someone might be watching, someone might not be.
Yeah, and shout out to Rachel V. She's another member. You know what I'm saying?
Look at that fun green name there, huh?
Oh, right. Yeah.
She's another member.
She's not one of you normies. She's one of the cool kids.
One of the cool kids. A real contributor. We really appreciate you, and we appreciate everybody else
Absolutely. But
that's watching right now.
I'm just gonna get things back on track. Break things back on track.
Break down what happened.
I'm not gonna break that because we're doing for all meme
no
first.
Just do for all meme. We'll do for all meme kind after the breakdown.
I was gonna give him a chance. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, we talked about just like how fucking the North Korean commander was investigating the OPSCOM, and like this whole Ocean's 11 heisty thing just kind of fell apart really quickly in a lot of different ways.
Like Ocean's 11?
Like Ocean's 11. But it doesn't feel like Billy Ocean's gonna come out on top on this one.
Not as funny, haha.
Not haha funny.
Funny queer.
Our Dr. Doom / Rock and Rolla ends up being
great movie.
Great movie.
He ends up getting his ass whooped.
Stick was amazing.
He ended up getting his ass whooped. And I love hate that we don't know his name. And you know, the only reason I can love hate it is because all I have to do is look it up. I just don't.
Oh, yeah.
The actor.
I know the actor's name because I've been a fan of his for a long time. Like,
we're not a fan of yours.
Using Kong Skull Island.
We're not a fan of yours, sir. No, I'm joking.
We don't like you, sir.
I'm joking.
Piss him off. Give him the command.
Toby Kebbell is his name.
I know his name, Alex. Damn, man, I don't want to.
I mean, I'm not expecting you to remember it. I'm just saying.
I just don't want everybody knowing he's a friend of the show.
Yeah, he's a friend of the show. he's the homeboy. What do you guys think about just like the heist to steal this asteroid? Do you think they're actually going to be able to pull it off because of all this crazy stuff that's going on? Oh, Jeff, he hit the buzzer first. What do you think?
Oh, that'd be cool.
They're going to pull it off. I have no idea like how or anything, but the thing is, they're throwing too many, like story-wise, they're throwing too many obstacles in their way for them to not overcome it. You know, and like them, and like the CIA agent and the KGB spy. Like, also, like I had an issue with them beating Miles, not because like I have like no, not my buddy, but because I mean, like common people know that torture doesn't get you real answers. It just they say whatever to get the torture to stop.
Well, we haven't gone through 9/11.
Know that.
No, we haven't gone through 9/11 yet.
Oh,
we haven't done any of that.
This is when rendition is still hip right now.
Well, we didn't even really
Which
go
it is
through
03.
we didn't even really go through the Cold War for very long in this.
That's a good
timeline. So probably
right.
hasn't been a lot of practice.
I'm taking it back. I'll give you that.
But you know what? I will say this. To your point with the time, how they went about handling him, it was a little bit. I feel like this whole show this season has been a little bit more cartoonish. You know what I'm saying? Not as serious,
especially with Ed.
With Ed, yeah, exactly. But I feel like Dr. Doom's character has contributed to that a lot as well. Like, it's not as grounded as it was before, and I do feel like at times I'm watching a TV show more than I am watching like an exploration, with these characters. We're going through things. Like, I'm not grounded in it, and I know a lot of these characters, but we do. I think it's because we do have so many new characters, and we don't know much about any of them.
Yeah, I feel like because as much as I love Dr. Doom, I like his previous performances in like Rock and Rolla, even the terrible movie Hurricane Heist. I do think that this is not like my favorite performance of his. And he's not like instantly like, oh, I fucking love this guy. Like, his doesn't have a performance that makes me like super in on who he is. And I think that just like makes it to where like, and you need someone like that to bring you in on like a new character like this.
His character has been all over the place too.
Yeah, like he's made a big Henry.
He's gone from fucking.
What's the dude from Goodfellas? Henry Hill.
Henry Hill. He's been Henry. Yeah, he's been Henry Hill.
Yeah.
He's Henry Hill.
Yeah, he's totally Henry Hill.
As long as I've been alive,
I've always wanted
to be a gangster. Like he's like, one day some kids saw my mom carrying her groceries on her way home. They walked her down the street to the house with her groceries. That's called respect.
It's called respect. I would have loved it. Like, he's Southern Henry Hill.
He's Southern Henry Hill because like what happened is he went from the prince to the pauper. I mean, the pauper to the prince, and back to the pauper again. You know what I mean? Like, that's really what happened. He's on that trajectory of, but I don't think it plays well. I think it doesn't play well because like it may be a season 5. He gets into the fucking like selling goods type stuff, like back. I almost said Backpage, which insinuates he's selling something else of his on the side. But when he's selling goods on the side, like I feel like he should have. It should be like episode 8, 9 when he's like getting into that, because we don't know nothing about this dude,
right?
So even like him, like stepping in with I don't remember the name of Yorgi. I don't know, the guy who was originally running the store.
What's his name? Go ahead though.
Stormin. So Stormin Norman. So even like him getting in on that made sense. Like him clumsily doing the Mars rocks made sense, but then in one episode, him completely taking over the store, I was like, nah. Even if they had just split it, like showed in like 2 episodes of him like slowly getting like more and more pissed, or like they're trying to muscle him more, but like guy chokes him once and he's like, all right, North Koreans, let's go. It just it didn't play for me.
It would have even made more sense, even like watching this episode, it would have made more sense if what was his name, Yuri, the guy that ran the place first.
I was looking it up.
So, yeah.
There's so many goddamn characters on this show. I was looking it up right now. I was like, oh my God.
It would have been made sense that like from whatever fallout comes from these last 2 episodes brings Yuri out of like the running
retirement.
The shit, and then Miles has to step up and like do that.
Like
it would have been made more sense if like that's sort of his arc. Then we get to see what he does next season. But yeah, like in this, and like it would just make more sense with just like Yuri being like I could have totally seen Yuri in this scene where he's getting tortured by the
especially
CIA
since they just got rid of Yuri for this entire episode. Like he's just
he's just gone now. I love Yuri.
He basically wasn't in the last episode.
Mm-mm.
He didn't say anything, if I'm not mistaken. Like we saw him, and then
I think the last time you really see him is like when they're doing the union meeting. He's like, "Oh,
yep,
what's going on?"
Yep, right. And he's got his head. That was last episode.
He pokes extra. He's a fucking extra.
He pokes his head around, and then he walks out like, "Oh, don't whoop me."
He's like, "Oh, am I in this episode?"
No,
you're not.
No.
He's like, "Okay, really. Well, I'll go back to doing whatever it is I was supposed to do."
Okay, thanks, guys.
You don't know what his real job is.
I don't think he knows either, to be honest with you.
Well, he probably just wanders around so nobody says anything to him and then doesn't have to do anything. That's what I would do. If I was on a fucking space station and I had to work and I was tired of working, I would just walk around all day and they'd be like, "Why didn't you?" I'm like, "Oh, I wasn't supposed to do that." Johnny told me he was supposed to do that. And tell you what, I just wouldn't do anything. Like nothing would get done on my end. What they gonna do? Send me home?
I'll tell you what you could do.
Send me home. Send me home.
Every time someone stops you, all you'd have to do is be like, "Oh, Ed told me to go grab something." Be like, "Fine, whatever."
Right.
Fucking Ed. But even if they just show like more of Miles and Yuri having actual conversations and disagreements and stuff, as opposed to like just once where Miles like, "Hey, I think this makes sense." And Yuri's like, "No," and then it's like, "Hey, we'll never talk about it again."
I just think it should have played out a little longer. Like, if you're gonna make Yuri and him, like, okay, let's say that we do it the way they did it. You know, they get together this episode. He needs some help. Okay, cool, but we need that to breathe a little bit. Maybe the cross, the double cross doesn't happen until the beginning of next season, where we get introduced to this new character and like his development. He's like, "Oh man, Miles is crazy." Miles went from Miles to Tails. You know what I'm saying? You get that? Sonic? Tails.
Because I'll tell you what, another thing that actually would have worked if they had kept Yuri. So something that could work, they could have kept Yuri. They could have had Ed working with Yuri to get all the components for that talkie box thing. I don't remember what it's called. And then if it goes wrong, Ed can throw the talkie box. And then if things go wrong, Ed throws Yuri under the bus. And then with the store empty, Miles is like, "Well, we still need the store." And then he steps up.
Worked. That would have worked.
Because that's the other thing is everyone on Phoenix is ready to send down all these components for some pretty important components for some, like obviously a communications module or whatever, just on Miles's word. And Miles has been the guy for what, a day?
Yeah, I didn't like that either.
Miles that much.
I didn't like that either. I was like, "Yo, how could he just get this shit?" Like they don't explain that. Like he's just all of a sudden got the same connections as Yuri. Like
Yuri must have taken time to cultivate that. Whereas Miles is just like, "Oh, they're mine now." Exactly. Trust me, because I fucked over the guy you've been working with for years.
Exactly. I never have pulled sugs before, but I never distributed things before. But if I did, I imagine if I get a whole bunch of those items, I'm not just going to be able to just get them off because I just don't. I have to have a customer base. I have to have a system of smuggling it in. Like if I got a bunch of potatoes in Africa and I need to get them to America, it doesn't matter how much potatoes I got. Like if I got potatoes over there, they're not here. How do I get them here? And I don't know if Miles, they didn't set up anything that establishes that Miles has a way to get them here.
Yeah, and I get it. It's not the most interesting thing, but at the same time, what's happening with Miles in less than a day taking over the shop, now it's unbelievable because he didn't take the time to explain it.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, guys, put in the comments how you guys feel about Miles and his
memes.
Well, Nine's not. Well,
memes.
No, okay, Nine's around.
Memes.
Well, before we get to memes, we
memes.
Calm down. It's okay, buddy. We'll get there. But we do have to talk about
nerds. movie?
Oh yeah.
Nerds.
Oh, yeah.
Nerds.
Nerds.
Same thing.
We do have to talk about the ending of this episode. Sergey, Aleda, and Margot share dinner, discussing plans to expedite Goldilocks' financial returns. And then once Aleda and her family retire to their bedroom, Sergey offers Margot a plan to escape to Brazil.
He offers some of that Russian, Polish sausage, Polish Russian though.
I don't think he ever mentions that, but I guess it's implied. But
he said, girl, I will give you this thunder. What do you call it? Cock.
Oh yeah, that was in the deleted scene. Yeah.
He was ready to give her his borscht.
I don't know how it works, but every time I say something crazy like that, the numbers go like somebody else comes into the chat. Every time I say something like thundercock, somebody else pops in.
I guess
wild.
YouTube is like, you gotta see this. But
YouTube's like, wait. Have you heard of the Thundercocks yet?
But yeah, Sergey is. Oh no! Wait, what? I missed my place.
They have burgers.
And then Sergey is shot, and his death is framed as an apparent suicide.
Sergey.
One thing that kind of came to mind.
Terrible assassin. Okay, one of the terrible assassin, terrible at framing.
Okay.
Yeah, no, go ahead and lay it on him because I know exactly what you're going to say. Go ahead.
One of the main things that shows if it's a suicide or a murder is if you're making future plans. He bought dinner. He left the dinner sitting like.
Yeah.
He was here when he got shot in the face. I mean, like, he would have finished the stupid meal before he shot himself.
Who ain't gonna finish
That's
a quarter pounder with cheese?
Fucking.
I mean,
and
you know who got that right?
Oh no, it was a Big Mac. It was a Big Mac.
Was it a Big
It
Mac?
was a Big Mac.
Who ain't gonna finish a Big Mac?
Shit.
He even ate some of the pickles.
I can't even fuck with bread no more, but
By
I would eat that. If I'm about to kill myself.
I'm about to say, by the way, if we haven't eaten McDonald's in quite a while, but if we had eaten McDonald's and we gonna kill ourselves, the McDonald's is not gonna be
why.
It's gonna be that plate clean.
It's gonna be a bag and some fries laying there. like three or four fries that I couldn't eat because I ate too much before that.
I'm so sick. I guess I'm gonna kill myself.
Exactly. Like it is not gonna go down like that. I'm going to
just
eat the motherfucking burger, especially since I paid for it. Look, and you're like, what doesn't matter. You're gonna kill yourself. I fucking have a problem. I cannot pay for food and not eat the motherfucking food.
That is a very good point, Jeff. I didn't think about that.
Episode 3, or I don't know.
Also,
first season of Psych.
Also, I feel like he put the no, I don't know, but anyway,
I will say that I did kind of see this coming a mile away. It's just like one of those things where people start making future plans in a distant place where they have a happy ending in the sunset.
He was basically a black man in a 1970s film.
Yeah, I was thinking about Black Dynamite where he's like, "Who saw that coming? Oh, who saw where that came from?"
Exactly. Rachel V had as a comment here, Alex.
This is probably way too convoluted, but isn't there a thing where people try to make suicides look like accidental deaths, or at least ambiguous, so life insurance pays out?
That's the thing.
Yes.
That actually is a thing.
You know what's crazy?
But I don't see how it
Some
applies
people
here.
will go to their deathbed scamming.
Yeah,
that's scamming.
You know, and it's funny.
I can't go out a scammer on my deathbed.
It did make.
Okay, you murder somebody,
Rachel. That's why suicide by cop sometimes.
I don't think I feel like I would love there would probably be a whole movie about the insurance situation for a situation like this. Is kind of like
it just blows my mind. Seriously, I'm not joking. Like I do comprehend someone like murdering someone and like to get insurance for, right? Like I'm getting this,
Right.
I'm trying to do something to get this, right? But I don't understand when you burden yourself for somebody like for money to be given.
Right.
Well, if you're in consistent pain and the doctors can't figure it out, but you still want your family to have a good life,
right? It's like I don't know, Jeff. I don't know if I care about y'all getting nothing.
I was watching this movie.
Where's that Bill Burr with the helicopter?
Yeah, exactly. See, it's
but before we move on, because we should move on to our last subject of the night. But there was actually a scene in this movie called The Killer. Spoilers for The Killer if you guys haven't seen that. But where this guy was about to kill this character in the movie, and she was this character in the movie, and she was like, you got to make it at least look like an accident because I have kids. They need my insurance. So like he made sure to make it look like an accident. So it's like it's one of those weird things. I can't imagine thinking about that in your dying moments. But
yeah, suicidal. Rachel V said suicidal parents with kids, and like Jeff said, people with really painful conditions. I don't know, man. I'm not going out like that on y'all. I might rob somebody before I if I, you know what I'm saying? If I got a real painful condition or, you know what I'm saying? Like,
hey, Breaking Bad.
That's right. I'm going to rob you. I'm going to be the Breaking Bad, except I'm coming in your house. if it gets bad.
That would be an interesting take on Breaking Bad. It's like, I'm terminally ill. I'm about to fucking rob everybody.
Exactly. Hey, look, and then I'm good at it, though.
Yeah.
Like, I'm better at it than anybody.
Yeah.
Look, that's all I'm saying. So look, like and subscribe. So
in,
rob you.
In college, I worked with this guy, and one day he was like, I'd never kill myself, but if I did, I think I'd walk into like a post office or a police station or like a news station, somewhere with a lot of people. I think I'd just like open up and there's the dynamite vest, and I'd just go, I have no demands. Boop.
Look, you know what? That would be dope, but nobody would know what you said.
Yeah.
But that's the problem. Nobody would know what you said after you did.
If it was a news station, they would.
See,
I guess you get on. If you get on camera,
you walk on live.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. If you get on camera, you got something.
Yeah, which nowadays.
I really hope you don't talk to this guy anymore. Like,
no. This whole conversation is getting this whole video.
I no longer go to college. We're good.
This whole video is getting demonetized, which is why you should become a member if you want to really help us out. Because this shit is getting demonetized.
Get that green
Almost
name.
every podcast gets demonetized.
We're moving right along to our final topic of the night.
Subtopic.
We're talking about the sexy Star Wars. We're talking about
sexy
Rebel
Star
Moon.
Wars.
Funny thing about this movie, before I get into what this movie is about, because I thought that this is just like a very interesting way this movie came about. Back in 2013, news broke that Snyder was developing an Akira Kurosawa-inspired standalone Star Wars movie, which, according to Vulture, was set with the series Galaxy, though parallel to the next trilogy.
Vulture. What do they know?
That movie ended up never coming to be. We all know that like Disney hired a lot of people to direct Star Wars movies that never ended up getting made.
Alex, that's what I was gonna say, man. Like, ain't nothing. He just said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna make a Star Wars movie."
Right.
And then what's gonna happen is Star Wars is gonna be dealing with some issues because they ain't making no money. But see, then I'm gonna make this deal with Netflix, and I'm gonna get all the money. I'm gonna get all the money because they got a director's cut coming out. A director's cut.
Snyder's cut.
Zach.
Yes.
Zach. What this?
They got a Zack Snyder cut coming out, so he's going to try to double dip on y'all.
Yeah, Zack Snyder is feeling his oats a little bit.
So I think he's trying to take advantage like I think he's basically telling Bob Iger to suck his dick. I mean, sick his duck for the kids
like
watching.
Elon Musk.
For the
We're talking about things the kids may watch. So I don't know.
A whole nother episode.
Yeah, to your point, yeah, this definitely feels like Zack Snyder was like, well, Disney was like, no, we're not going to make this movie. Thank you very much. Goodbye. And he was like, all right, I'm going to go make this movie anyway. But I'm just going to change some names and I'm going to change some props and we're still going to make the Star Wars movie.
I don't even know. I want to know if he changed some names.
Yeah. And
like,
he probably
he wouldn't have been legally obligated.
He probably just took Jedi out a lot, you know?
Right. Well,
or
you know
Force.
What, though? You know what? He probably didn't have to because those types of things that Disney's trying to do, they're trying to stay away from mentioning Jedi. Yeah. You know what I mean? So
that's true.
It's more likely that they didn't do that. Like in Andor, we don't really hear anything about Jedi.
Yeah.
Because Jedi is supposed to be this mythical thing that may have existed because people on the outer realm, it's space, man. Yeah, so it's all over the place. Yeah. People may have never even seen a Jedi.
Right.
Even during the time of the Republic, people probably never saw a Jedi because they've never been to Coruscant, which is where they was doomed.
Doomed.
And there's every time I think about Coruscant, I think about babies getting slaughtered.
Yes,
by Anakin Skywalker. It's terrible.
And there's only
and their postcards actually.
Yeah,
there's only really like one character in this movie that like was definitely a Jedi in the first draft of this script.
Yeah. But you didn't. We wouldn't have found it out until the end of the episode, to the end of the movie.
Right. Yeah. Like we only find out like maybe like
if they would have said Jedi, it was probably the last 10 minutes of the movie.
But here's a quick description of the premise if you haven't seen it.
Alex, be careful if you're just reading something that Wikipedia said. If you're just reading something that Wikipedia said, it might be considered plagiarism.
Well, no, I'll take my chances. The film is set in a fictional galaxy ruled by the imperialistic motherworld, whose military, the Imperium, threatens a farming colony on the moon of Velt. Cora, a former Imperium soldier, ventures on a quest to recruit warriors from across the galaxy to make a stand against the Imperium before they return to Velt. So, guys, initial thoughts. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Did you see it? Jeff, did you watch this movie? Jeff is stopped paying attention. 9, did you watch this movie?
I did watch this movie.
Okay.
I didn't see it.
Scroll time.
God damn it, I liked it. And I don't care what nobody says. I don't give a fuck what Film Age opinion is, because I already know he's seething right now.
Oh yeah,
chomping at the bit. His fingers probably hurt from the pages and pages he wrote out about this. So, but I'm gonna say au contraire.
Yeah, Film Age probably has a 5,000 thread, 5,000 character thread somewhere about how bad this movie was. I liked it, Alex.
Okay.
Now I'm one of them people who do. I'm a nerd, of course. I'm a nerd, right? I'm a sports nerd. I'm a history nerd. I'm a television and movie nerd. But I do not fucking Reddit and I do not Twitter dive. You know what I mean? Like I don't look up nothing. I don't know nothing, man.
I'm on Reddit right now.
I don't even know what happens when it happens. And I'm mad at you because you skipped my goddamn segment that I said I was going to put first. But we're not going to talk about it because we're already on another topic.
Okay.
For all meme kind.
We did that.
We didn't do the memes.
Oh, well, I mean,
I know it's over with now. I just was expressing that that we didn't get to it.
I tried to do it twice.
Is she talking to me or you or all of us?
She's talking to me. Well, she's probably talking to all of us. But Alex, go outside, nerd.
Finish your thoughts.
Some grass.
what was I saying? Because
I don't remember.
No. Hold on. What was I saying?
You were saying that you like this movie.
No one knows.
You're saying that you like this movie.
I did not know what the fuck happened with this. Like, I didn't know that this wasn't a Star Wars. I didn't know that this was even coming out. I just saw it on Netflix. I didn't even know that we were going to probably talk about it. I just literally saw this on Netflix. I was like, what's on Netflix? Boom, this show. Okay. I was like, oh, Rebel Moon. Is it like Rebel One? I was like, damn, that sounds very Star Wars. Well, I'm gonna go watch.
Very
I
Star
was like,
Wars.
let me turn it on. Boom, turn it on. Star Wars. Okay, yeah, we were watching the Star Wars. Music is a Star Wars. The little like what do you call it? Runaway or stray, orphan or
it's got all the
unknown.
It's got all your beats of a Star Wars. Or it's
then
got
we
all
have
your
the Empire. But also the story that they tell is the story of the Dark Sisters.
Who's that?
From Star Wars? Like, what is they called? The sisters that was in
the Nite Sisters.
The Nite Sisters. Okay,
that was like a mixture of the Nite Sisters and then whatever the people that was Dathomir and the other Force users that was against them. Like that was like a tale of that. So I was deep in the mindset that we watching a Star Wars right at the beginning.
Like this all seems very Star Wars.
Also, the little portal that they come through is a vagina. Did you see that? Did you notice that?
Here's my mask.
I did not notice that.
Wars.
You didn't notice that? It is a Star Wars.
I need Athelius to.
Here's my mask.
Doing Rebel Moon.
I'm a Star Wars.
I'm a Star Wars.
I don't know. No, if you didn't notice that, like the very beginning when they start telling the story, that's a story that's like the Dathomir and whatever the Force users are, the mother and the sister and the father.
Right.
And
I do need to look more into all that because
that shit directly tied in. So I thought, okay. That's why I said, do you really think he even changed anything? Because to me, that shit sounded.
I don't even think he changed the title. I think Rebel Moon was the name of what it was before when he wrote it for Star Wars.
Yeah, it felt like it just felt that way. And it was a vagina that they cut into space. They like literally the way they traveled through space, they came out through a vagina. It was crazy.
Jeff, what did you think of this one? Did you see this one?
No, he didn't. You already asked him.
I asked him, but I thought his computer froze.
He was very silent.
I was rather still. No, I haven't seen this one. Okay. I know it's Star Wars with Gazelle and Snyder, and that's about it.
You know, I did not love this movie. I feel like I need to watch it again because everyone travels.
I'm telling y'all, go look.
Turn on heads up. The director. Let's just say the director's cut of Ahsoka. It's not the whale's mouth they're going through.
It's San Diego they're going through.
Dave Filoni's like, it's my vision. Cowards! You're all cowards!
We're gonna do it this time, guys. Full penetration. I swear to God, nothing like it.
That was the best part.
No, he's at a party right now. He's at a party right now talking about, they just won't let me express myself. They just won't let me express myself.
I gotta make this kitty bullshit. No, but I appreciate a lot of things about this. I feel like I'm always gonna watch a Zack Snyder thing because I do really love his directing style. I like his visuals a lot.
He is a pretty director.
Yeah.
He just needs a great writer.
Yeah, he really needs a good writer. Like I've said before on other shows that my favorite movie of his is Dawn of the Dead, and that just so happens to be him working with James Gunn. So of course,
when I say okay, so I should clarify. I say he needs a great writer because I think he needs a great movie. I think Zack Snyder needs a great movie.
I feel
you
like
know
it
what I
is
mean?
one great movie. I feel like Dawn of the Dead is
No, that's not a great.
great.
No.
Dawn of the Dead is not a great movie.
No. I'm talking about him. A movie that will get him an Oscar, like a movie. Even if the movie gets him an Oscar for just the visuals, he can't get that because his shit be ridiculous. Like the shit where he really cooks, it'd be ridiculous. So then he ain't gonna get no Oscar off that. You know what I'm saying?
Some of my favorite Zack Snyder shots have been from like his just terrible movies.
Exactly. But like, I just think that if he got a great director, a great writer, man, dude would like, what's his name? That did all the Christmas movies that we like.
John Hughes or
no, this
Bing Crosby.
No, Bing Crosby, the writer for all the Christmas movies we like.
I don't know.
I'm talking about Lethal Weapon.
Oh, Shane Black.
Yeah. Like, you get a writer like that with Zack Snyder,
that would be pretty incredible. Like, I've always said
they don't do shit like that in Hollywood.
He just really needs a good writer, and that's one of the things that I just really do not like about this movie is that it's written.
You don't like this movie?
I'm on the fence. Like, I feel like I really need to watch it again because I've watched it 1.5 times, and
I've only watched it the one.
I watched the first 30 minutes, and then I was like, I have to do something else, and then I watched it again from the beginning to the end, and I watched it from the beginning to the end.
I was definitely sipping when I watched it too.
I was pretty. I mean, I was smoking, but I wasn't like.
I just feel like that does break up how you're gonna feel about the movie. I mean, when you break up a movie like that, if you watched only 30 minutes, then that means you probably weren't really paying that much attention to it.
That's why I started all the way from the beginning when I watched.
Hold on. I'm just saying. So, but then when you go back and then you watch it again, you've already spoiled moments for yourself that would have. You basically watched a trailer for 30 minutes, and then you came back to it and started watching, which is what you typically choose not to do.
Who it is?
You son of a bitch! Oh man, producer T in the building.
Fucking Ho Chi Minh.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere
from Vietnam. Oh,
or not.
What up, man? Oh my gosh,
Vietnam out here.
Oh,
look at all those.
Oh my
bikes.
god!
Yeah, I'm trying not to do that every morning.
Context there. Shouldn't do that. Yeah.
He got real close with the camera. Like,
just
hey,
see Terry's phone go flying out of his hand and break.
What's up? Give us a travel update, Terry.
Great. I'm gonna walk out to the street right quick, so you can see just how busy and crazy.
Get hit by a fucking moped.
Yeah, just so you guys know.
Yeah, you will. You fucking will.
Producer Terry, one of his clones, is out there in Vietnam right now. If you didn't get that from all of our craziness. We live in the streets. We are live in the streets.
From the streets of Vietnam. Let me pull it up.
Man, you weren't kidding.
Yeah, this shit, wow. All day.
About house there next?
I'm at this place over
Santa?
here.
Hambo.
Is that Santa?
We're about to dox you. We're about to have someone pull up on you right now.
It looks like it feels good out there.
Yeah, it's hot as shit. It's very humid. I'm kind of dying.
Man, I want to hear. I want to hear any of that shit.
What's
I'm getting hailed on guy with the best bed in the business.
Shiny and wet here.
What have you? What's the best thing that you've gotten into there? Have you been meeting any locals?
Nothing too much, really. I just did a little bit of shopping. I got 5 suits made.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
5 suits.
So
made.
I'm waiting for my suits to get made.
Tomorrow, are you
heading
joining a Vietnamese gang or something? Why are you getting 5 suits made?
Is it
very?
You got some business to take care of.
Yo, I got a question for you, Terry. I got a question for you. You go all over the world. You go all over the world. Do you ever go and watch a movie when you're in it? Like, have you ever gone into a movie into a foreign country and watched a movie?
At the theater?
Sorry. It got me. Not yet.
Not yet.
Really? That's surprising.
I
that's
probably
time to waste.
will next time I'm in Japan, just because they always have like good anime movies come out.
Mm.
That's what's
But
up.
no, I've never really gone to a movie theater while in another country yet.
How's your Japanese coming along,
I
man?
only say that because
His Vietnamese. He's got to work on his Vietnamese.
How's your Japanese coming along?
Way worse than my Vietnamese. I at least have been able to introduce myself to people here and then quickly tell them I only speak English.
So you have to dodge the question.
Which how does one say that for when we all go?
Jin Loi, well, Jin Chao, that's hello, and then Toi La, and then you insert your name, that is I am Terry, and then Toi La Moi Tien An, which is I speak English.
you sound very fluent.
Okay.
Yeah. You got
That
it.
was perfect pronunciation, my boy.
Yeah.
Turns out it's not what he's saying, but it's how he's saying that they know he only speaks English.
Yo, this is crazy. Right now, you are doing our very first Drunk Banthas in the streets. Like, on the streets.
Man on the street.
Location.
Yeah.
Let me go randomly ask somebody
Go
what do
get
they
drunk.
think of Monarch.
Yeah.
What do they think of Rebel Moon? Yeah, Zack Snyder Rebel Moon.
What do you think about Godzilla?
Please.
They're sitting there just looking at him like, wrong country, dick.
Right.
Oh man.
That would be amazing.
Did you see Rebel Moon, producer T?
I did see A Bug's Life by Zack Snyder.
Yeah. Bug's Life. Oh, right. Yeah, you were talking about the parallels. Can you break that down? What you're
Yes,
thinking
please. That's a
about
very
that?
interesting take.
Bug's Life and Rebel Moon.
Just, I mean, come on. What did we start off with? The Bug's Life. Happy farmers or ranchers. You know, they're the ants gathering their stuff, just like these farmers were. Then all of a sudden, here comes our big bad grasshopper or people from the mother planet or whatever they want to call it. And then they just are like, give us all your shit, by the way. You need to pay your dues for protection from us. It's like, you know, yeah, that's kind of just how Bug's Life is. These poor, you know, ants get beat up by these much obviously stronger people for their resources.
Oh, wait,
right? You know,
you're right, Alex. Hold on, Terry.
We get the let's get a ragtag crew team up. Let's go look for different crew members and find them to put them together for our cause, which is like them finding all those random ass circus bugs. Joined them to help throw over the grasshoppers. And like, you know, we get the will they, won't they story with the lovers building up, just like between the two ants. Like, it's A Bug's Life. He really said, you know what? I love A Bug's Life so much, but what if it was like people?
Film Age is on it. Film Age is agreeing with you. He has drank the Kool-Aid.
That is amazing. Honestly,
right.
I implore you to make a video about that because that's
seriously,
that's
like,
that's
no,
I love that.
I think I really have to.
You have to.
You have
Nerds
to.
at
That's
Night.
incredible.
Look. If anybody's not watching from Nerds at Night, go over to Nerds at Night, like and subscribe, because what you're gonna need to do is subscribe and hit the bell so that you can not miss Terry's breakdown on the Bug's Life and this motherfucking movie, Rogue Moon.
That's an incredible
Rogue
1-to-1.
Rogue Moon. Rebel
1. Yeah,
One moon.
There are parts about this movie that I do really enjoy. There's like I always like Zack Snyder's like composition and his like his colors. Like I like the way the colors look in his movies a lot. Most of the time, I like his action.
I agree.
You didn't not in Justice League.
In Justice League,
His cut, yeah, his cut was good.
Okay.
It was a choice. It was different, but I always like what
He
I always
too
like.
much lens for him.
Bill's referring to Justice League.
Yeah.
Oh man,
that was That's all I was referring to. Is
guys, I got my top 10 DC. I mean, like my
I feel like his cinematographer is always staring at the sun.
A lot of blood. I don't think he does it as bad as Mike Bay.
Right? Just cinematographer knows where the sun is at all times.
He brought that back. He brought that back for
Funny
sure.
thing that you would say that.
I love that.
There was this
just overused.
Propaganda Films was like a production company that they made a bunch of commercials and stuff, and a lot of like really great directors came from that. I know it's a weird name, but a lot of really great directors came out of that. It was Guillermo del Toro, David Fincher, Zack Snyder, like a lot of these like really visual directors, but like I mean,
and two of those names are really
Michael
good.
Bay wasn't there.
Okay, three of those names.
Wait, what did you say? What did you say?
That three of those names were really good.
I know some of those words.
And
I love Guillermo.
I love Guillermo. I love David, Zach, and Michael.
David. And I like Michael Bay.
He's getting really quiet on our side because we don't really fuck with them. But I guess I don't know. I don't really fuck with them. I don't know why Nine and Jeff have been so quiet, but I don't fuck with Michael Bay.
I like Zack Snyder.
But I like Zack Snyder.
I like the way all of their movies look. That's one of the things. Like when I found that out, I was like, "Oh, that's interesting that they all came from that sort of like same school of."
I like Michael Bay because he loved explosions and he still tries to use practical effects, and I appreciate the practicality of stunt and effects.
That's because that motherfucker do cocaine. I do like that. I like that he uses practical effects as well, but he just he do a lot of cocaine. He gets off on making Hollywood do what he want him to do.
He got a lot of cachet pretty early, and he got kind of carte blanche to do whatever he wanted.
Yeah, look at his haircut. That's how you know how a man has carte blanche in Hollywood. If he don't have carte blanche in Hollywood unless his hair is crazy. Put it in the comments.
I feel like you're right about this. This is a very good critique. Zack Snyder is an art house Michael Bay. I completely agree with you.
Art house Michael Bay. That's funny. By the way, I just have to show you this one thing that's been bothering me. It's
the fuck.
Oh, yeah, I knew it wasn't Santa Claus. We was right. Mysterio.
Why is it a white Santa Claus?
Oh yeah, right. I don't know.
White, blue eyes.
Can't help but notice he's got blue eyes.
Yeah, blue eyed Santa.
Blue.
And like
Christmas tree.
Blue eyed Santa.
So you telling me that Vietnamese people they're just like Americans? They leave their Christmas tree up till after New Year's, just like everybody else. Right? Just like everybody else.
It's gonna be
we all the same.
Just like me.
This is why we don't need to be fighting each other. You know what I'm saying? This is why we need to be loving each other. I do like that you got your cell phone open and out right now, and you're doing this because that means we're gonna get into the Vietnamese algorithm. You know what I mean? Like
God willing.
You gotta if you have an iPhone 15, just being next to somebody will make you make their shit just make Banthas pop up in their phone.
Just get back to Rebel Moon for a second. Like what did you guys think of Sophia Boutella as the main character? Because I personally really love this actress. I think that she's had some really great performances. and she's only really had like, in my opinion, like 2 movies that have been like
What are the 2 movies?
really critically acclaimed. She was in Kingsman and Star Trek Beyond, which are 2 movies that I feel like people like. But other than that, like she hasn't really turned into a movie star, and she's just like dripping with movie star charisma.
She made the mistake of doing The Mummy.
Yeah, you know, she has some trips. And
Nobody feels
don't
that way
know.
about Tom Cruise.
Yeah, he can
Oh, she
skate
was
that
in
kind of shit
Fahrenheit
because he was a
451.
billionaire before that.
And she was the villain.
Hi
In,
guys. I'm gonna
right?
head out.
Yeah.
Lovely to see you all.
Yo, producer.
Hopefully, I'll get on
Peace.
the
Have a
stream.
great fucking time,
Love
man.
you, producer T.
Have a good one. Thanks for
Love you,
stopping
love you,
in.
bye, bye,
Live
bye,
from
bye.
Vietnam. That is
Tom, yeah.
producer D.
Yeah, that means goodbye.
Oh man, so glad that we got a little drop in
was
from
she in,
producer T there.
Who was she in Atomic
was
Blonde?
Oh, she was the femme fatale, as it were. She
I don't
was
remember
the
at all,
person.
and I love that movie.
Well,
I
you know what
love
that
movie.
means?
She's the one who had she was the other agent that had like the sexual tryst with Charlize Theron, and then she ended up getting killed. She's classic film.
I'm
You know
gonna
what?
rewatch it.
You know what I'm gonna do?
Hmm?
For everybody who's a member, I'm gonna go members only live. Oh, that sounds nasty. But
Mhm.
I wanna go.
Sounds like you're going to an OF site.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna do that with like for my friends like Jeff who have never seen a movie.
Mm.
Jump on the members only,
Not a single one.
Mhm.
and then I'm just
What is
saying
the
like
movie?
a movie,
I'm messing with
Like-
you, buddy. I'm messing with you.
or haven't seen a movie in a long time,
Mm.
and we watch it, and then we talk about it on there. But it's
I
only
was
for
gonna
the
say
members.
Atomic Blonde
Welcome to
is 6.7. Does it hold up territory?
No, it's in a whole nother. We'll talk about that after. We'll talk about it off the pot. I don't want to give away the criteria
Yeah,
sauce.
have to look at that. Have to look at that one.
Rachel V, a member, she says, "Bill, that'd be cool. That'd be so cool." That's what I'm saying. So look for that. Look for that. Any
2017. Oh no, that
it might, even if it's just me, it might
we
just.
definitely have to.
It
Yeah,
could be
we
just
definitely
me.
have to have some exclusive content that's not just like people get early shit. But yeah, we'll that's
No, I
that's
mean,
a little
I'm definitely gonna
yeah.
do that. I'm
Yeah.
definitely gonna do that. So I'm
Yeah.
just saying.
I mean, they'll all get discounts on Bill's OnlyFans. It's cool.
This
But
because I haven't said how I feel about this show. I mean, this movie. I mean, I said I
How'd
like
you feel
it,
about this movie, Bill?
but I'm talking about the character. Like
yeah,
you were,
Sophia Boutella, yeah, the main character.
I didn't like her at first,
Okay.
but then I did like her. But then I didn't like her again. But then I did like her again. But you know why? Because they told her story that exact same amount of times.
Yeah.
She retold her story like if I was hanging out with her and she told me this stories as many times as she says them, I would think she's a calm woman.
Right.
She's a calm man. She's lying to
All right, let's do this one more time. My name is Gwen Stacy, and I am the universe's one and only Spider-Man.
Exactly.
Nice.
I'm like, yo, you
Well done. Oh,
wildin', my lady.
And that's one of my problems with the whole movie in and of itself is that it seems very much like that sequence in Rick and Morty where they go to recruit another person and they explain their backstory and they say,
Oh,
"You son of a bitch,
You son of a bitch. I'm in.
like, is that 4 times throughout this whole movie, and then that's like 70% of the movie,
No,
and
because
then
it's great.
at the end it's just like, oh, we have the big battle and then it's over. And
All
I
we
did
were
like,
missing is a predator.
I
All
did,
we were missing is somebody who can get invisible,
right?
and then you have to figure out where he is and kill him.
And I did like the third act of this movie. Like, I liked a lot of the action and Sophia Boutella just pulling off so much.
You love
just
slow
movies.
mo so much.
I don't, because that's why I didn't like most of the movie.
I'm
Because
just
like,
saying, that's why you secretly, you subconsciously do. That's why you
No,
love Zack Snyder. I'm saying.
no. I'm not a big fan of slow mo. I just like, especially when it's superfluous.
Oh, I love
in this
Like
movie.
you just like how Zack
I'm
Snyder
a
does.
slow-mo
No, I
sexual.
don't. Like,
I'm just saying you don't like how Zack Snyder does it.
I I like some of his slow-mo stuff. Like I like
you the one said you like Zack Snyder. I'm saying
I do like some Zack Snyder stuff. But my favorite stuff in this movie is not his slow-mo stuff. Like my favorite scene in this movie is the fight scene between Sofia Boutella and Ed Skrein on that platform. And it's all just it's like some of the most creative fights, definitely the most creative fight scenes in this movie, because I didn't really like most of the fight scenes in this movie. But just the way that it was,
there was some slow-mo in that one.
No, I didn't.
I was gonna say that was actually the only fight scene that didn't have any slow motion in it. Was the barn scene in the first episode? Did have slow-mo in it. In the first episode, that one did.
In the first, in the first act, in the first act, the barn scene. But it was good. I liked it.
When she fought Ed Gein.
Ed Skrein.
Yeah, Ed Gein, got you.
Ed Sheeran was in this.
Yeah. Ed from All Men.
Good thing she didn't lose. He would have.
He's still kicking.
Would have taken a bite right out of her.
Yo, for all mankind fans, we will be doing for all mankind at the top of the next segment next week. Yeah, we will be doing it.
There'll be a lot for the finale.
Even though Reddit fucking kicked me off of Reddit.
Well, no,
they blocked me from posting.
Sophia was fantastic. I like the first act, and then I like the third act, but I get what you're saying about all of the other middle stuff is like, okay, let's go from one place to the other and introduce all these characters. But kind of got that feeling before I even watched the movie, because clearly it's episode 1 or whatever of Rebel Moon. So I was like, okay, yeah, let's set these motherfuckers up. I don't hate it. I'm having a good time watching it. Don't need to be checked in for all of it, but it's pretty cool to have on the screen.
Do you feel like what was missing? Are you excited about the Snyder cut? Are you looking forward to?
It's so weird. It's so weird that there is going to be a Snyder cut, because didn't you have full control of the movie?
It's Netflix.
Didn't
Netflix.
you?
Yes, you don't have to worry about the box office doesn't want a 3-hour movie. It's Netflix.
Right.
He could have put it out before. Yeah. But look, aren't you glad that you didn't know that, and that your brother Bill, did that research before? Because I knew that. That's the only thing I knew about the motherfucking movie before I watched it.
Is that there's going to be a Snyder cut?
Be
three parts. Exactly. Is that there's going to be motherfucking multiple goddamn cuts that are going to come out on Netflix. 6 months out. I don't know. We'll just wait till I don't know when. And this is really what's happening.
That's one of the things that I resent so much about this movie, is because all the shit around it, and I feel like it's the noise that Zack Snyder specifically is making, because he is he's I don't know, I feel like he's created this persona as the guy everybody's gonna want to see my version of the thing, so that's why he's doing the Snyder cut of this, and I just and all the commercials are super this is the biggest sci-fi event of the winter. It's jerking.
No, somebody paid somebody to do that. Hold on, look.
I didn't see any commercials for it until the week it came out.
Phil Mage, we're gonna have you come on next week.
Yeah, you gotta come on for the finale
either not next week, or whatever the second one comes out. If you don't want to come on next week. When the director's cut comes out, we gotta have you come on and talk about the director's cut.
I think it's coming out. I think that the second one's coming out in April. I don't know when the director's cut's coming out.
Phil Mage is you're all really going to make me watch that, huh? You're going to make me watch a longer, more extended version.
Look, I haven't known Phil.
It ends up like that scene in Clockwork Orange where we pry his fucking eyes open the entire time.
We'll watch this.
Yeah, I haven't known
permanently damage his vision.
I haven't known Phil Mage very long, but he's a masochist. I can tell you that right now. When it comes to television movies, he's gonna do some damage to himself.
You know what's cool though? Ray Fisher, bringing back Ray Fisher on this. I feel like it was a very symbolic, I'm gonna fucking put you on because they did you dirty at WB.
Sort of. He died in this, right?
I don't know, but he still put him on.
Who's he in this? Who's he in this?
Honestly, I remember people saying that Ray Fisher was in this movie, and I completely forgot this, and I have no idea.
Well, let me talk about who's in this that I know, that I personally know. Let's talk about who.
I don't know.
Let's talk about
who that is.
I personally know in this movie, and that is Charlie Hunnam.
Oh, dear. Yeah.
Well, actually, I personally met him.
He's the
fucking love Charlie Hunnam.
I love Charlie Hunnam too. Shout out to Charlie Hunnam, friend of the show. I talked to him.
Can't wait to have you on.
I talked to him at a spa one time. We became friends. We became best friends.
Oh, you're Sons of Anarchy?
Oh man, this was right after it ended, and we.
Yes,
we, you know what I'm saying? We that kind of friends. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, he was the Han Solo of this movie.
He was the Han Solo. No, see, I don't like the Han Solo comparison. See, he wasn't the Han Solo.
Okay.
He was the Boba Fett.
Okay.
See, he was the. I've been seeing them bullshit comparisons online.
You kind of
actually, you know,
do that again. What is that? What you got there?
Undeclared. It was a one-season show.
He was an Undeclared.
With, Charlie Hunnam in it. Yeah.
Jay Baruchel.
Charlie Hunnam.
It's got Jane. It's got Seth.
I never watched that show, but I heard it was good.
It was actually pretty good. One season, not bad.
It looks zany. Looks very 90s.
Oh, it is.
Looks like turtlenecks and what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say he's more of if we're talking about Star Wars 1-to-1 comparisons, he's more of a DJ from The Last Jedi, Benicio del Toro, where he seems like the Han Solo, but he's really gonna portray you.
Can't believe you.
No, what did I say?
Even you said Boba
Fett.
Yeah, no, he's Boba Fett because he's motherfucking literally a
mercenary.
A mercenary. Like we literally see him. He's a bounty hunter. He literally, when we get introduced to him at the beginning of his I call them episodes because this to me this was written like it was supposed to be a Disney Plus TV show.
Right. Imagine the sliding door situation where we got Andor as a movie on Netflix, and this was a Disney Plus TV show.
Yes, there is a universe where that happened.
Oh man.
But
I want to see those.
But when we first get introduced to his character in his first act of that first part of that movie, there's like 4 acts in this movie, 6 acts to this movie. But anyway, when we first get introduced to Charlie Hunnam, he's selling a person to some bounty hunters. But we're allowed to think that, but he actually is the bounty hunter, which is revealed once we get his double reveal of. Which I do like a double reveal. But the only problem with it for me is it's been done so many times. I think the only time you can do it now, you got to have a double reveal that turns into a double reveal.
Of Jumanji moms.
You gotta, exactly. A Jumanji mom. We do a double reveal, but the double reveal is that the bad guy was no longer the bad guy. He's the Jumanji mom, and he saves the day, which is basically Han Solo is a Jumanji mom.
Yeah,
because he leaves in New Hope, and then he comes back at the very end.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah, like
he's a Jumanji mom.
He can go in the Jumanji mom. Well, maybe we
don't even know if he's dead. He left.
You're stretching it.
I'm pulling
there doesn't even need to be a bow and arrow or some foliage on as a part of your costume, and he doesn't have that. Robin Williams has the foliage. Nicole Kidman has the bow and arrow. We need to workshop this Jumanji mom.
We'll get the trope up and running. TVTropes.com.
If Sophia Botella's dead mom comes back with a bow and arrow in the next movie, I'm gonna fucking lose my mind.
Shoving that in there right now.
What about the princess?
Snyder's watching this right now, like fuck. They figured it out.
If the princess comes back to life, because I thought that was a very interesting part of the story, which is why I believe that it had to do with the like the Force parents or whatever it is that's in the rebels and all that shit, like the mother and the son and the father and the dark sisters and all that shit.
Spirit,
because and the Holy Spirit, it all has to do with Jesus.
There was a lot of like
the little princess she brought the bird back to life, and our main character was the protector of the princess. That makes me wonder, are we gonna see that princess again? Did she actually die? Is she turned into a Force ghost? And we had that the parallel is that Darth Sidious said that he knew a Sith Lord who could bring people back to life.
Right. Yeah, and it's funny that like it's so funny that it is so like comparable to Star Wars, because obviously it was supposed to be a Star Wars thing. I feel like this probably would have been better if it was a Star Wars movie. Like because as much as people don't like how Disney tries to like make things like their way. Imagine like Zack Snyder's like crazy ideas, and they're just like, okay, let's just like sort of like shave it down though and make it make sense.
Right.
And let's have fucking like James Gunn or like Nicole Perlman do a pass on this and make it clean and make like
here's the thing though.
Good narrative sense.
Because Star Wars, in its essence, like if you think about the New Hope, you're dropped in the middle of it, and then like more things just become like clearer with context given to it. So it could be, I think it has potential to get like better.
I do too. With the second revelation, I think you're right. I think it's gonna get better. Do you think that there's? Well, I'll set this up like this, because you did. Oh, now I sound like Alex. Jeff,
I do it.
I'm gonna ask you a question about this show. Okay.
Yes.
Do you think that we're going to get? But the reason I feel this way, do you think we're going to get more about the android from the android? Because the reason I feel like we might get more from the android,
He didn't watch it.
Oh yeah, he didn't watch it. That's why I felt bad. You saw why I was stumbling,
Jeff. But no, Jeff, still answer the question though. You're obligated to answer the question. You're on the spot.
Yes.
Did he watch it? He didn't watch it.
Yes, but it turns out, not an android. He's a cyborg.
Ooh.
Well then, look.
Ooh, shit.
Well, I said Jeff, but I meant film age. That's what I meant to say. I meant film age. Do you think we're gonna get more from the android? And I feel like the android was the most underutilized.
Actually, I really agree with Film Age's last comment there. I think that's a really never mind. I finished reading.
I don't know about you, but I hated
it was a fake out. It was a fake out, Jeff. You blue-eyed devil.
Thought we were on the same page for once. God.
For all you guys listening on like Spotify or wherever you listen to your podcast, Film Age Studios said, I don't know about you, but I hated how the white men were bad guys. It's so woke. Said absolutely nobody.
Thank you.
Isn't that odd?
Never mind.
There was white people in this.
Yeah, they did get just
Y'all
like
just hated some light skins.
Also, my uncle called Judas when he was given the coins, which was a cool take.
That is, yeah.
Oh,
Well,
I'm agreeing with that one.
Nine, same question.
To be honest, I don't know how much I remember from watching this movie.
that's one of the things for
I
me.
haven't watched it in weeks, and I still remember.
Watched it. Yeah, I watched it once when I was sipping a couple weeks ago, and I'm not sure if I remember a lot of it. To be honest.
Well,
this movie didn't really stick to me.
But I liked it.
I feel like that's one of the reasons I feel like I need to watch it again, because there was like a lot of lore going on where they were just developing. What?
Well, I mean, nobody remembers the movie except me. I'm the only one who remembers the movie, and I can't remember that Jeff hadn't seen the movie. Goddamn.
No, there was like a lot of lore going on, and there was.
Look, I like the movie, y'all. I liked the movie. I thought the movie was cool. I didn't know it wasn't a Star Wars until I looked it up on the internet, and I was done with the movie, and I was like kind of mad that it wasn't a Star Wars after that. So I think you should watch, and then come back because we're gonna talk about it again. Because they're gonna have a fucking editor's cut, director's cut come out.
This is where I was supposed to be. That's what my friends just sent me this shit.
Go.
Oh,
nice. That's
outta
pretty.
here.
That's pretty great. Pretty great season.
No.
With Jeff.
That's pretty great
Anyway.
season. I wish I lost. But
yeah. For some reason, who did we wipe the floor with just the other week? I don't know.
Why are you bringing up old shit?
Let's give it. Can I actually just really quick, because it's a very divisive movie, and I think like just the Reddit I pulled up really like shows that, because it says just finished this movie. It's not a subreddit just to talk about how bad it is. That's the top post of the month, and then I liked Rebel Moon. And then that's the second top post. So like you don't really get that type of division on subreddits.
Yeah.
Usually it's just like a hub of people that are just like sucking people.
What was the second one was what, 127 or 129? Well, how many upvotes did the top one have? Out of curiosity.
With mine 199. So it's about to hit that 200.
Okay, so yeah, not too but still, I mean 199 to 127, that's not a crazy big difference.
Yeah, it's not a crazy.
I feel like Zack Snyder is one of the few directors out there or filmmakers out there who evokes that same amount of rhetoric at the same time, where like people love his shit or people hate his shit. He's very divisive. But I'm very curious of what you guys felt about this movie. Please leave it in the comments. How you felt about it? Are you excited about the next iteration of Rebel Moon?
Iteration.
Yeah, that's the word.
Interracial.
Oh, interracial. Is that what you said?
Interracial. I thought you said. Didn't you say interracial?
Yeah, it's the most interracial movie. That's
wild,
coming out
B.
next. When is? Oh yeah, so Rebel Moon 2 is supposed to be coming out in April. I don't know when the Zack Snyder special cut is supposed to be fucking coming out. I don't know if I'm gonna watch
Rebel
that.
Moon 2 is coming out this April.
Yeah,
it's gonna be 3 days long.
Wow.
Yeah, it's coming soon.
I think I'm pretty sure the director's cut is coming out like March.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah,
tomorrow.
Lead in.
Yeah. I probably won't be watching that, but I'll sit here and let y'all talk about it. Well,
you're not gonna watch it?
Yeah, I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can do that. It's like that, and the Joker 2 is just like I don't know if I can go back into that kind of shit.
Man, I have to see the Joker 2 now because I saw them filming it right down by the homie's apartment.
Lady Gaga. Oh.
Yeah, that's how they.
Lady Gaga.
I don't want to say his name on the podcast, but at the homie's house.
Right.
Big homie's house.
Joaquin Phoenix.
We cannot confirm or
I saw
Joaquin
well,
Phoenix.
no, I mean, it was most likely a stunt man, even though he was
still joking.
No. We cannot confirm or deny whether we are best friends with Joaquin Phoenix. Let the people speculate.
Is true. I cannot actually confirm or deny that.
Let's let the people speculate. Before we get out of here, you guys have any final thoughts on Rebel Moon?
Bring me back my sweater.
Yeah, final thoughts here. Let's rate this bad boy. There's 81,000 with 5.6, 81,000. So a lot of people had their opinions on this, and they've determined that it's mid.
What's the? I wonder what.
Damn, that's kind of harsh off the bat.
Damn, Rotten Tomatoes, it only has a 23%.
Jesus.
Audience score or critic score?
Tomato meter 23, audience score 59.
Wow.
Jeez Louise.
That's
Should I not like this?
You know what? Doesn't hold up next year.
Season 3 doesn't hold up. It might make it to season 2. Doesn't hold up.
Oh yeah, did I miss the Tetris thing?
Can I just say, God damn, That is a terrible rating.
Yeah, it's a really
it was not that bad. Right? Nobody here feels like it was. I don't think that it was
bad,
right?
No. I'm ready to give it a 7.
You know what? Fuck.
I give it a 10.
Exactly. Because of the goddamn bullshit rating that they just gave it, I'm giving it a 9.
Oh, dude, don't be that guy.
Okay. What about?
No, I am. Because guess what? It wasn't that bad. It was actually a good movie. If you go into it, what happened is a lot of these people watched a lot of. This is what I've been saying. This is my theory. I'm working on this whole shit.
Oh,
y'all watch two. Hold on, man.
I'm saying we gotta pull it out, man. We gotta pull it out.
Because the fact of the matter is, so you shouldn't play this. It's not even because it's not a conspiracy, but we're gonna play it. Because the fact of the matter is that you guys watch too many goddamn trailers. You read too much shit on Twitter. You read too much shit on Reddit. It makes it to where you
the straight to film age right now.
I'm talking to everybody out there on the internet. If you do this, then I'm talking to you.
Did it better.
What you guys do is you watch it too much.
I want that on a shirt.
You watch too much on the internet about it before it comes out. I had no idea that this motherfucker was coming out. And when I saw it, I watched it just because I saw it was on. I didn't even know that Zack Snyder did it. I watched it clean face, raw. And I felt good about it.
Like Bill raw dogged it.
I raw dogged it. And that's what y'all should do more often. You know?
Yeah, I mean, like, again, like,
I'm just saying, Alex doesn't watch trailers because this is what happens for him. He watches a trailer and then he doesn't enjoy it. You know what I mean? And I think that if you practice that as well,
trailers ruined the movie Us for me.
I didn't watch the trailer either, but I knew it was coming out. I knew, like, it was
right.
Yeah, it's definitely hard. Like it's weird in this world where everybody wants to know everything about the movie before it comes out.
Pixar did it better.
Like,
it's not like a new phenomenon, but like even
in a different time, this probably would have rated a lot better. Like if this came out like 5 years ago,
probably
back when it was just Craigslist instead of Reddit.
But it even feels like that this could have even been. I just feel like it just needed to be written a little bit better because like this could have been like, oh, Zack Snyder's being like, fuck you guys, y'all are tired of Star Wars. Here's the fucking real Star Wars, you know. Like it felt like he was just like,
this is your grandpa. This
is your grandpa Star Wars. Keep grandpa out the door.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what
fucking up in here.
That's what I was kind of alluding to at the beginning of the conversation. Is that like I think this is kind of like a big fuck you to Bob Iger. Like, yo, you don't want this? I'm gonna do this exact same shit that I was gonna do over there. I'm gonna just do it over here.
And I feel like, and I wanted him to succeed because I really want Zack Snyder to make another great movie. I believe in Zack Snyder.
Zack Snyder has succeeded all over your face.
I mean, yeah, he's made a bunch of. He's made a bunch of.
This nigga has succeeded in his life.
He's made a
25 goddamn times. He's actually succeeded so well that he's failed and then won.
Yeah, he made Batman versus Superman, and then then Netflix was like, "Please make a franchise for us."
But look, check this out.
Which is
check this out. This did terribly. Now he get to release his director's cut, and now motherfuckers got to go watch that and see if it's better.
Where's the Snyder cut?
Film Age now has some Film Age and Othelius. They got to go watch it again. So that they can see if they
has been a very long rating process.
I said 9. I said 9.
Alex didn't give me the rating.
I say 5.
Okay, so we're gonna get
solid
in the
5.
middle. That's a
Sophia
7.
Patella brings it.
I'm gonna bring it to a 7 right there. That's our rating.
A
5? You liked it more than a 5.
Why would you say that? Your thoughts? Your thoughts? Your thoughts ain't my thoughts. But yeah, I guess that's pretty much all that we have to say. We've been talking about this for.
I mean, are we going to talk about the Tetris thing or not?
Oh wait,
Rachel
yeah, you
V.
guys were gonna talk about the Tetris thing. Yeah.
Yo,
Did you want to?
We have to make a. I'm gonna have to put this in the time code.
I don't have anything much to say about it other than the fact of how fucking wild it is. Like, if Nine can find the video of this motherfucker doing this shit, I swear to God, dude, I've been playing Tetris for the better part of 30 years. You know, matter of fact,
game.
It's crazy because last night I was playing a bunch of the crazy games, the old games that's on Nintendo and Super Nintendo on the Switch.
Switch.
I wasn't on Twitch. Check us out on Twitch. But
Oh shit.
I was watching.
Jeff just dipped out. He's like, I'm fucking out of here.
Bye, Jeff.
I was playing, but yeah, I'm playing Tetris last night, and then I watched this little report of this kid, and he beat Tetris, and they say he's the first kid to beat Tetris ever.
That is insane.
First
When
person.
you said that, like, I was like, that can't be true. But I was like, oh, that actually might be true.
Like, and I didn't know Tetris had an ending.
Me either.
That's what really
was like Monopoly, where it ends when somebody is like, "Fuck this game." And
I
they just
thought
walk away
Tetris
from it.
was like what do they call it? A squeegee board? A Ouija board. I thought Tetris was like a Ouija board. Like, we just making it up as we go along.
Yeah.
They give us points as we go. Oh, is this it? Yep, that's him. That's him. Look,
Let's see if we can play a little bit of this.
Blue Scooty setting a new world record for the longest game of NES Tetris by getting the first ever level 157. But something unexpected is about to happen. He just became the first person ever to trigger a game crash,
Now
reaching
pause it.
the true kill screen, which
because we're not gonna get this one. This is not gonna. Now, so kill screen. The situation that happens here is that it freezes. I just want you to speed up so we can get this kid's reaction. But okay, so apparently when you actually beat Tetris, you don't get to a point where it's like, oh, you won and it's a celebration. It's not like solitaire back in the day where it like the cards just do like these little dances or anything.
Right.
No. What happens is Tetris just freezes.
That's insane.
It's just like,
it's
oh my
I don't
God.
know. I didn't think anyone was gonna get here.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know what else to fucking do. I don't know what else to tell you. This is insane.
That's pretty incredible.
It was pretty crazy to watch. It looked like he had sex for the first time though, with his reaction.
His mind exploded. Like, honestly, my mind would have exploded too. Because like, that's how many. Like, can you imagine being the first person to do a thing? Nine. Have you ever been the first person to do a thing?
Oh, I mean, at one point in my life, I was the youngest person in the world. But you know, I didn't hold that record for very long.
That's pretty good.
Well, yeah, I think it's a very sweet because his father recently passed away and he dedicated it, the game to his father. And then this kind of got into a wider sphere because some lady was reporting on it on some national news, and she was just like, okay, kid, go outside, you're a fucking loser, or whatever. Like a news anchor would be super fucking mean. Rachel V, didn't Space Invaders have a similar thing where there wasn't a programmed end? The game just started using what little memory it had, and higher levels would be impossible or crash the game. Probably, like a lot of those old configuration games, they, we're talking about kilobits. You know what I mean? You're talking about not a lot of memory at all. We're probably using the amount of memory on these devices just for me to get this fucking sentence out and broadcast it.
Oh yeah, that's why most of those games just had text instead of voices.
Yeah,
and
right.
And to her point, I think that's the whole reason that this is a huge deal.
Mm-hmm.
Is that nobody had ever done this before. Like Space Invaders, that was a well-known thing because a lot of people had gotten to that level. But as far as Tetris goes, nobody had ever done that before. So I just thought that was crazy when I first saw it.
And,
we really wasn't even going to talk about this today.
Because he did like
and the epiphany to combine a multi-fingered technique by Hector Fly done on arcade cabinets and another technique that used a finger on the bottom of the controller to push it into another finger on the top. He called this new technique rolling, and it allowed him to easily reach button mashing speeds over twice as fast as the quickest hyper tappers.
You see, this motherfucker's got a glove on and shit. Like they going real, bro. Like the way that they're dropping that thing in.
He became the first player to ever reach.
The way they dropping that thing in.
He's like, yeah. I mean, this kid's only 13. When he gets himself a girlfriend, she better watch out.
His hand's gonna be your hand's so callous for a video game player.
Come on, let's be honest. When that guy gets a girlfriend, he's gonna be playing Zelda in his bedroom.
No, when he gets a girlfriend, he's gonna be 42. No, there's plenty of girls who love guys who play video games.
Oh yeah, he's gonna have he's gonna have a girlfriend, but he's still gonna be playing Zelda,
and that's why you should play this game. No, I'm joking. That's how they be doing. That's our new sponsor. Segue. Yeah, our sponsor of this.
I am curious, like guys, if you want us to put in the as far as our exclusive content, if you guys want us to cover Halt and Catch Fire. It covers this weird era of like creating these kinds of video games and this technology. Let us know,
because so surprisingly good.
Yeah, we'll put it in.
I would love to talk about it, but I don't want to do it if nobody cares.
We'll put it in the community thing, and then you guys like the poll, and do the poll, vote on the polls.
Yeah, we love voters.
Vote or die.
Yeah.
Vote or die. That's right.
Use all the 90s voting campaigns.
That's why the Gotham Gazette is going to go.
No hanging chads. Yes, please cover that.
Yes, please cover that.
Oh man, okay, we got one vote there.
We're in there. Well, it's only going to be on the membership, Film Age. So if you just have to wait till it comes out on the podcast, like 7 months later.
Yeah. We're gonna
never.
We're gonna head out of here. Before we leave, since Jeff already left, I guess I should say you can find him on
This
Skype.
Is Bill for Jeff saying good night. Good night.
You can Skype him at Don Cheadle's driveway at littledickie2.com, and it's because of the hackers.
Yeah,
but where can the people find you on the interwebs?
Thank you for asking, my dear boy. You can find me right here at Nerds at Night, and I want to thank everybody who has tuned in tonight and everybody who's new. Our metrics are saying it's been blowing through the roof. We gained like 50 subscribers over the weekend. Views like over like 20,000 over like in the last week. So yeah, it's really nice to see this channel picking up. Help us get to 300 subscribers, and we'll be right here. And you can also find me on 9 Nerd Yards.
Right. Shout out to Blake. He's been putting out a lot of content. You can check
Blake by killing it
out all of his rom-com coverage,
mysteries.
Check out all the mysteries, and you can check out all the shorts that we got going on there, and just get your little taste. It's like a little taster. It's like a, what do they call it? Little appetizer. You know what I'm saying? Some wine tasting. Go through the shorts on Nerds at Night and get you a little some of everything you want, and then you know what you want, and then we got it.
Get yourself a flight of nerd content.
We're doing it with
we got nerd flights. That's what you should call it. Nerd flights.
And like that and like this and
Bill, where can the people find you on the Instagrammies?
Well, I ask people not to find me anywhere, but what you can do is you can go. It's Drunk Banthas. It's Drunk Banthas everything all the time. You know what I'm saying? Is all.
Did you guys send me a shirt? Never mind. I'll ask y'all.
Actually, yeah, there's some awesome pod stuff I need to tell you about.
So yeah, man, you can find us on at Drunk Banthas on Twitter. Likewise. What's the other one that you told me about that we got? Letterbox. You Spotify for all you people who don't want to watch.
Are we
YouTube.
friends on Letterboxd?
I think we yeah, I think so. I think we did that a couple weeks ago where you're like, oh man, you need to do you need to do more. I need to be more active on my
right. Yeah. That's true.
Thank you so much, Rachel V.
Oh yeah,
we appreciate
it's so great. All the channels are finally getting some traction. It's well deserved. Much appreciated.
Yeah, don't forget to go over to the 9 Nerd Yards and also like and subscribe because it's going down in all of the channels. I just want to say thank you again to all the members and thank you again to anyone who has purchased anything on the Drunk Banthas merch store. It really, 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 really is the biggest way you can contribute to this channel.
Doesn't matter if Christmas is over. Go and get that merch.
We will be trying to put out as many promos like 20%, 30%, 40% off, as many as we can. So look out for those. Just make sure you are tuning in right here on Monday, every Monday.
Absolutely. And
channel.
And we got like a whole bunch of new content coming out this year. We're so excited about 2024. Dune 2. We got fucking the Mr. and Mrs. Smith that we were talking about.
True Detectives.
True Detective is coming out in a couple of weeks.
Echo.
Problem.
3 Body Problem. Like there's so much stuff. The Fall Guy. Like there's so much.
Griselda.
Really cool.
Fallout. Yeah.
Fallout. Oh my god.
Griselda.
Wait, what was Griselda?
With what's her name from Modern Family?
Wait. Oh yeah. Right. Yeah, Griselda. There's Furiosa.
And I think Severed. I think Severance is supposed to come back this year too.
I hope fingers and toes crossed.
They did get renewed, so I think it's
I just like Apple TV Plus takes their time with stuff.
Yeah,
so,
well, Samurai just got renewed too, so that's cool. I don't know when they're going to get done with that shit, but
man,
it's going to be a while.
And at some point, we'll talk about Warrior again because it moved to Netflix, and we're going to rewatch it just to give it the love and make sure it gets renewed for a fourth season on Netflix.
Next week, though, that is the thrilling conclusion to For All Mankind and Monarch.
Yeah,
that is right.
We're
so be right here every Monday, 8 p.m. Pacific time, Drunk Banthas podcast. Alex, tell the people what they won.
You've won a really great episode of the Drunk Banthas podcast. Thank you for listening to the Drunk Banthas podcast. We do this every Monday live at 8 p.m. Pacific time. Please like and subscribe so you can get updates on new videos. Check us out on Spotify, iTunes, IG, Twitter, likewise, Letterboxd, all the internet things at the Drunk Banthas. Till next time, stay safe, my little Jumanji mom.
We'll see you next week. Jumanji moms.